Alright, sure.
Hit live, there we go. Hi, guys. I see all the talk. Yeah. We're late. Yep. One day maybe they'll be early. Yep. Okay. Wow. I'm always early when it comes to my lives, usually. I start like a minute or so early.
Well, recently we're having technical problems. And that's been the real reason.
Yes.
And when the technical problems...
Usually we just don't care about you enough. I mean, I'm just kidding.
I know technical problems, need a hard reset. I would love to know the distinct logic behind the fact that turn it on or off again is a legitimate, top tier solution. Oh, the toppest of tiers. It's like, why is that almost always a good solution, even though that's it's just a weird thing to be the solution.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. Well. So what are we doing today? That's right. I don't know. What are we doing?
Well, you can see the Enterprise D, the big D.
Everybody loves the D.
We're throwing you a D pic right in front. It's in widescreen, 60 frames a second. It's not moving, but it is at 60 frames. And this is Gabriel Kerner's Enterprise D from the these are the Voyagers. It's a rather lovely model that I think I made look quite good, although I wish I had more shadows, but obviously that's the thing. There's the artistic version, there's the YouTube art version. So it has to be brighter than I would do it normally because you guys got to see it. Yeah.
There's the realistic version, and then there's what looks good. So
yes,
they don't always match, especially for spaceships.
Yeah, and especially when you do book covers, and I've talked to a lot of book artists, and when you're printing for our prints, what you think looks good, up the brightness by 25%, because that shit ain't gonna fly. So you completely gotta retrain your brain. Often I just do that in Photoshop. I just up the brightness, the black levels, and that kind of. So my creative vision is still there, but to try and factor that in is a real cluster F.
Yeah, the worst thing is having something look fantastic on the screen, and then you print it, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Or occasionally different screens. When I had two different screens, I could move between the two, and one got more yellow. And it's like, well,
that's what I have here. I got a shit monitor over here, and a 4K, super great one over here.
Yep.
So this one looks like crap all the time, no matter what I do to it. So.
Well, if you put a brick through it, it'd look better, because then you have to get a new one.
Yes, there you go. It's on the to get list very soon. So I'm gonna upgrade.
So what are we doing today, Stuart?
Yes. Today we're taking our first look, our glance at season 5 of TNG, because we just finished season 4 reviews. We're going to be going into season 5 reviews. So today is our fun little. I got a drink. I got my Kraken spiced rum and some root beer.
Glug glug.
And it's really good, by the way. And so we're just going to be sipping. You guys don't pay for the drinks or anything.
Unless you want to and make us. We'll be sipping.
There's just no list. There's no set list.
Yeah. Any super chat is a sip, theoretically. But, be generous if you want to, etc.
Yeah. But yeah, and so the fun thing is, it's kind of like a game show, like Samuel commented earlier.
Yeah, it really
where
is.
where we each tell our synopsis of the episode without the other one listening, and you guys have to decide who told it better, who remembers it better, who remembers more little details.
Yes.
Because there's a lot. There's the A plot, the D plot, the C plot sometimes.
And
who remembers all that stuff?
And they get more A and B and C. Because when we started, it was much more. This is the episode synopsis, but now it is much more an A, B, and even C. Because I have the formula at this point.
Yeah. So it should be fun, and hopefully you guys will play along and let us know who did it better, who remembers it better. So. One of the first things you guys can do, though, 36 of you here, hit that like button. We got 26 likes. We can get another 10 easily.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
And this was voted for instead of Strange New Worlds, so hopefully people actually join for this.
Yeah.
You'd like to think
we just got news that there's going to be a Star Trek movie in 2023. We couldn't do a whole live on that, I don't think. But that would have been a good one to end the week with, considering all the new Star Trek news we had.
Sorry, I zoned out for saying what?
That we just got news that there's going to be a new Star Trek movie in 2023. What? Confirmed.
What's the news, Stuart?
That's it. There's going to be a new Star Trek movie in 2023.
That's the news.
It would have been great to kind of end the week with something like that, because honestly, it was a week of new reveals, and we just were one short of like having the full week live schedule thing. So that's why we're doing this today. But
and it would
honestly, I don't think we could have had much to talk about with the movie thing.
Well, that was it. I mean, that was the conversation. There's literally zero. I mean, and they've announced so many things over so much time that their announcement record is really not worth very much. You know, the more times you announce something and completely fail. Because remember, they announced Star Trek 4 with Chris Pine and Thor before Star Trek 3 4 years ago.
Yep.
They were wrong and or lied and or was very wrong. And so they can announce whatever they want. They get it wrong often. At this point, they've got it wrong every single time because they haven't made a film yet. So, but we'll see.
And yes, Bill, we know that Paramount posted it. That's exactly what he's saying. Like there's been initial official, we're having another thing, and then it just fades away into nothing. So, yeah, yeah.
That's all we know.
Yes. Ozzy says, "Rest in peace, Prince Philip. Live long and prosper."
Yeah.
And DMX also died today. So.
Who's that?
The rapper DMX. He's been in a coma for like a week or two. He passed away today as well. So he was only 50.
Can't say I know who that is, but sorry. Although there was a famous English comedian died yesterday, who's in a show we quite like. He was only like 54 with a brain tumor, and he looks.
That's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, and he looked like at least 65. And Dad saw that and was like, "Oh God," because he looked older than me, and yet. So, fun times.
Yeah. And on that note, do you want to share this around?
I'm prepped and ready to. Yeah.
Awesome.
All
I'll
right.
talk to these fine folks about super chats and the importance of helping out the channel.
Excellent.
All right, guys. So thank you for coming back and joining us. If you want to help us out by supporting the channel, super chats are a great way to do so. You get a comment read, your question answered, all that fun stuff. You know the routine. I keep saying this every day, almost every time I do a live, we do this. So if you're able to, please support us by sending a super chat. It's fun. Get your name in highlights and colors, and we get to see it, and you get to be part of the community, and it's just a fun thing, and it really shows that you guys love us. Because of course you do. Don't forget, you can also join the channel at the rank of Commander, Captain, Admiral, Fleet Admiral, or Skeleton Hands. I mean, no, Federation President. And that's a monthly way to help us, or you can head on over to Patreon/Trekyards and help us on a monthly basis over there as well. Also, you can set a PayPal if that's more your thing. By all means, just use the information down in the description below to send a PayPal and let us know that you sent it via the regular chat, and we will check it out via the email and read your comment or question that way as well. So lots of ways to support the channel and help us. And don't forget, if you join the channel, get your name highlighted. You get a little badge beside your name, shows us how long you've been with us. And it also gives you access to some of the cool emojis and stickers and stuff that we have there as well. So if you're able to, please consider doing that. And yeah. Guys, super chat $200 to get Stuart a decent haircut. It's really sad. First of all, I like my hair. It's actually at a good length right now. It's going to get too long in about a week, but the barbershop's just closed down, so we've still got another like 20 days or so before I can get a haircut regardless. So anyway.
Although you got one in between. Ours are opening up next week because they've been closed for 5 months. So
yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But
yeah.
Anywho, now that my feelings are hurt.
Oh, guys.
Gavin said I donate to super chat $200 to get Stuart a decent haircut. I like my hair right now. It's actually just at the perfect length.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Oh.
But yeah, in a week it's going to be shaggy.
Then you put gel and you can't. Well, then you have a shower and it looks like it's gelled, and then I comment on it and you're like, no, it's not what happened. As it happens.
Anywho,
often.
it gets unmanageable, unfortunately. But hey, that's just the way it is.
And mine just keeps growing in certain directions. It looks the same from certain angles, and you turn to your eyes. Oh no. And you compress it, and it's fine. Or you uncompress it, and it's not fine. And you compress it, and it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, take a drink. I'll take a drink. Sure, Bill.
Yes, I've got Brothers Strawberries and Cream English Cider. Ooh, it's smoking.
All right.
You can start us off, Stuart.
I can?
Yes.
With Redemption Part 2?
Yeah, so as with all these things, guys, the game, as we always said, is the episode title. We're going by Memory Alpha, which is for you guys. You're not allowed to look at the synopsis, obviously, just the name and the picture. So that's all you get. And I will...
Which is not ideal in most cases.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
But that's the fun bit. So I'll let you be, Stuart, and you wave when you want me back. And I'm going to just try and obviously ignore the monitors because there are hints on the monitors. So good luck, Stuart. Oh, I should also get a Word document to do who wins points.
Yeah, keep a tally.
Yeah. Sam, Stuart. And also there's draw as well. Well, yeah. Win, draw. Okay. Good luck, Stuart.
All right. Thank you. Yes, so Redemption Part 2 is this continuation of the Klingon Civil War type deal going on. You got Lursa and B'Etor trying to take things over, and the little Dura shit. And you have the Romulans trying to infiltrate the Federation space and use the Klingons to start a war between the Klingon Empire and the Federation to generate weakness and infiltrate that way. So Data gets assigned to the Melbourne, I think it's the Melbourne, Nebula class ship, and they send up a tachyon net detection grid to detect the cloaked warbirds, and with a bunch of other ships. And there's a guy prejudiced against Data because he's an android as his first officer, which is kind of shitty. But anyway, then there's the tachyon detection grid. They open up a little hole in it to let the Romulans through, and the Romulans don't want to fall for it. We find out too about Sela, and Guinan confirms that Sela is in fact the daughter of Tasha Yar, just based on her feelings. And yeah, I mean, there's some conflict between Worf and Gowron, if I recall correctly, but everything kind of works out for the best, and everything is fine at the end. And Worf gets his commission back from Starfleet because he resigned last episode. So there, I'll let him come back now.
That was not a wave. That was a Rubik's thing. Not Rubik's. That was a prop.
Well, it's a 20-sided die, but it's a stress ball thing.
Ah,
Yeah, so.
nice.
Anyway, I will let you continue now. So here we go.
No. Remember, the second person can listen because they've already given their answer.
Oh,
because
okay.
then you get to laugh at like how wrong or not wrong. Redemption Part 2. This is the anticlimactic and very different episode of the Klingon arc. We get a lot of Sela, some Sela, in, I believe, still on Kronos in a dark room, somewhat unimpressive. You get... What's odd about the episode is that it does take place a bit later. It starts with Worf on presumably a Vulture, shooting some stuff, being like, yes, we did this and this. And then you go back to Kronos because it's been full-blown civil war. In the last episode, it was just like, well, we're probably starting one, but now we're definitely starting one, and Worf is full-blown. But clearly they're working with the Romulans because of some reason that's obvious, don't know. And so I guess Gowron managed to talk to the Federation, says, you know what, I'm going to formally work out, and then Picard must be sort of authorized to help. Otherwise, why would he go back on his other thing? But I'm guessing because they get some sort of proof of Romulan involvement, that makes it more of a political thing. They can get involved. Can't remember why exactly. And so the whole plan is, of all the massive space of the quadrant, they're going to make a anti-proton net in one small segment. And Romulan ships can't go around it. They have to go through it. Oh, God. And so this impenetrable trap, it fucks the Romulans right, and they can't go and help because without those reinforcements, the Klingons can't win. And it's a very long set of sequences where they're ship maneuvering, and you're just like, they just go above it or go around it. It's not hard. And obviously we get the side story, which is weird but great, about Data on the Nebula with the non-racist, but you could argue racist guy who's just more worried about a arguably sentient person who's have no command training taking over a ship of people's lives, and he doesn't necessarily value life. It's a fair point, just the way he says it. That's the douchebagginess. But it gets the respect in the end, as Data does. Well, Data betrays Picard in the abstract. Like, he goes against his orders and does his own strategy and does solve the situation, because the Romulans send another beam towards the ship. The ship goes out of formation, and then the Nebula comes in and closes it, and then Sealer's like, "Oh no, is the androids moving? Ah!" And then they say, "Fine, F it." And then Duras is like, "Oh, Duras fled because no Roman reinforcements," and we're just like, "Oh, okay, cool." There we go.
There you go. Guys, let us know in the chat or super chat who did that better, who had a better synopsis for this episode, who had a better memory, if you will.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested to find out what you guys think, because I don't know, I think we both did pretty good. I'm just saying. So let us know, guys. Really appreciate that. I want to have a drink, though. Because...
Yes. Yeah. And with all these things, I disclaim, Stu actually watches these shows more regularly. I don't, but I might have seen a few more specifically. It seems to be the pattern here. So we'll see which ones really vibe out. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah, you tell us, guys. We literally can't do anything till you tell us who won that. Yeah. But I'm trying to remember why Picard is having to come back in, 'cause it feels very abstract. My memories of like, oh, now we're back in it. It's like, what? But you left so dramatically last time.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah.
Honestly, the little details like that. But yeah, you said anti-proton grid.
Yeah.
It's tachyon detection grid.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We got Super Captain Foley 1, Cap, says T. Louise Allen. Anyone else? Team UK 1. There's one for Samuel.
You did talk for quite a while, and if you talk for quite a while, it means you're like,
I can talk for a while and say, I can talk for a while and say nothing, as you well know. So
wow. Come on, guys! You got 3 votes. Need more votes.
Yeah, I gotta do something while we're doing this, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, let us know who had more information there, Stuart or me.
Who won?
Okay.
Give me a second.
Third for
just
Cap.
gotta do something real quick here. Very important.
Oh, Enterprise Jump Hill. Yes. But yeah, I remember it's good if you like Federation stuff, but it's not particularly impressive if you want to continue the vibe. It would have been great if she appeared loads more, but she doesn't, so...
Who?
Sealer.
Oh.
Like, if she was actually now the recurring threat, that'd be great. Like, this is the build. Because it's quite a commitment to give you a 2-parter with the Federation Empire, etc. Klingon Empire. Federation Empire. Oh,
Federation.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. We got.
I only got 1 vote
stand
there,
by my
so you certainly.
Captain. Sweet, I won. All right.
So what did you say?
1 second. Well, actually, while you're doing yours,
I
gotta go grab a charger for my phone because it's gonna die real soon.
Okay. Good.
It's just over there. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So next episode is, of course, Darmok, which is classic, beyond classic. So Darmok and Tanalga, obviously. Storyline. Let's see. They go to a planet, or are summoned to a planet, and the captain beams down for some reason, presume. I don't think it's for negotiation. I think that's a side effect. And this guy is either already there. I think he's already there. I think he's whatever. And then starts a well, he's so alien that translators can't translate because he speaks in riddles. He speaks in non-words, and it starts quite aggressive and quite tactical because intruder on our planet, I believe it is. And then obviously the whole moral of the story is it's Patrick talking to a guy in a mask, to a guy in makeup for a good 20 minutes about working out how to communicate via just understanding phrase, understanding words. You get the campfire, you get the classic phrasing, and then eventually I get the process of radiation in the atmosphere that stops them from beaming. I think that makes sense. Eventually do get them back on board, but only working together they manage to work out how. And he has a knife, some sort of cool knife, and I think they use that to maybe as a conduit for something. I think I remember that being a thing. And eventually, a great payoff. They're both on the bridges, and they hail, and Picard's able to fluently enough talk to the guy and express, thanks for helping me save the day, helping me Thanks for helping me live. Here's words, here's speaking. And they go separate ways, and it's just like, wow, well done, Cap. You're a good diplomat and negotiator. So yeah, classic.
Oh, I'm back, guys.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Darmok. Yes, this is Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. Like, seriously. The Temerians, I think is the name of the aliens. They beam down their captain and Captain Picard to a planet and then put up a scattering field so that they can't be beamed back. And the alien captain tries communicating with Picard to fight a common threat, which is this like red letter media thing. And some people might know. And Picard doesn't quite understand, then figures it out. The Temerian captain gets injured, and meanwhile, the whole time the Enterprise is trying to get through the scattering field or find out what the hell is going on, and they're just having they're not moving ahead at all because of the Temerian language, which they find out is very. Well, they knew beforehand that it was kind of a weird language, talking like metaphors and whatever. There's a great scene with Troy and maybe that's not this episode. I thought it was Troy with Picard. Like, what am I holding? What is this? A cup? The liquid, hot, whatever. I don't think that's this one actually. Goddamn. Anyway, doesn't matter because I think we saw that one already in season 4. I could be wrong though. Anyway, yeah. So that's basically Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra and Shaka when the walls fell, and it's all. Their whole language is based on their stories, their mythological stories of their past, and they eventually figure it out, and just find out that they wanted to establish communications with the Federation. I think that's the thing, but yeah, they just wanted to team up, and unfortunately, the Temerian captain dies, and Picard learned enough to kind of talk to him in his dying hour, and also they talked to the guys. That's it. It's Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. There's not much to it really, so there. That's it, I guess. Not a great description, actually. I thought I would do better on that one. Good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one a second time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like the gimmick, but if you've not seen it more than once, and when you were 10, it's like. But then you said that, yeah, I remember the alien's invisible and he got a knife and he has to stab it and it's all a thing and it's... Yeah. It's like once you say that, it's like, oh yeah, there's an invisible alien.
So guys, put in the chat who won that one. Let us know. Gavin Vale Smith, though, $5 Australian.
Yes.
So 9 episodes into DS9 and it's like watching paint dry. Does it get better? Yes, it absolutely does get better. Season 1 and 2 are kind of rough. Once you get to season 3, you're going to start sailing and really get into it. So... Yeah. There's a lot of good character stuff in seasons 1 and 2. So
yeah,
stick with it.
It's one of the weakest early seasons, but once they basically reset their entire formula, because DS9 starts as one show, and then once they go to a war show, it's a better show. Their initial idea didn't really work. The people come to us and we'll chat to them. That didn't really work, and all the Bajoran focus didn't really work. But as soon as they moved to we've got a space where we can fly and do cool things, then it's a good show. So not that it's bad, but.
Yeah, kind of gets good once Sisko shaves his head and becomes kind of badass. His hair migrates from his head to his face, and
his testicles.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
I liked him with his hair as well. I thought he looked fair, and it's actually a good way of having age difference. Like he just looks older.
Yeah.
So
we got Captain Foley. Picard debuts his new uniform in this one. Yes, the jacket.
I know you love it. I know you love it. I know you love it.
Cap 1, because he said the Darmok lines. Cap, Samuel, Cap again. Captain Foley.
Yeah, I remember him being alive at the end, but just because I remember he talks to someone. But you're right, he does die. I just remember the conversation, not the impetus for it.
And he's got like milk for blood. it's a white blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why would they beam him down? I thought he maybe like. Because I remember him being aggressive towards him at the start as a non-friend, and being a trap.
He wasn't aggressive to him. He was trying to talk to him because they wanted to work together with the Federation, and this was the way that they would do it. The two captains had to work together to fight off this invisible beast thing. So yeah, I think that's the premise, like to get the Federation to understand. I don't know. I forget.
That is the least important part of the episode. Let's all be fair.
Well, yeah, it's less memorable for sure. Matt Boardman, $5. This episode is used at some universities in communication classes. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's actually quite an interesting, and I don't know if it's the episode where Deanna Troy's talking to him about what am I saying? The cup, liquid, hot. I think it's this one, but I thought we just watched that one. It seems to, unless I saw it on TV or something not that long ago.
I feel like the story happens instantly when they beam down. I think but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I think the lead up to it, like they're meeting the Temerians, they've never been able to communicate with them before. That's what happens.
She says, like, this is what is this? Where's a cup? No, it's cup and tea and hot and liquid and it's like it does mean it is 5 things in one. You're just picking a word.
So what word am I saying to you? It could be anything.
Yeah.
Of these.
That must be this one then.
I think it is.
Being a very good Deanna moment. So you never think that, and it is actually kind of strange. It's like we obviously default to the sort of grandest item and through context clues, but why aren't you asking all the sub questions?
Yeah. Ozzy Medeiros, $5. Super Captain Foley 1. Oh, thank you, Ozzy. All right. What is next? Oh, yeah, and Matt Borman says, yes, that is this episode. So, okay, good.
Next, your favorite episode, Ensign Rowe.
Jesus Christ. And I go first,
Yes, you do.
Oh, my God. Okay. Yay. Woo. All right, Ensign Rowe. One of my least favorite episodes because I do not like Ensign Rowe at all. But there's problems at the Federation Cardassian border, and they call in this. I think Rowe's been in jail at this point, and she's not trusted by Starfleet, and she's got to help them out, and nobody trusts her, or is that later? I don't even know if that's later or not. I don't know if she had a good record before and then got arrested because she was on the show for a while, then she left. But I'm going to say that I think she was in jail prior to this, and so when she came aboard the Enterprise, nobody trusted her, but she kind of got their respect back. And I don't remember anything else. I don't remember the plot. I know that she goes down with Picard and takes her jacket off and like hands out blankets and stuff like that. But that's all I remember. I don't remember much of this plot. So there we go. Come back, my friend.
All right. So they need a. There are threats happening on the DMZ. Oh, right. Threats happening in the DMZ demilitarized zone between the Cardassians and the Maquis. Oh my God! They're introduced Maquis and Bajorans, and she's like an expert on that part of the galaxy because she's Bajoran. She knows the area, presumably Badlands. I don't remember if Badlands were introduced yet, although that would make some sense if it is this one. And yeah, she's unliked, unlikable, but she knows what she's doing, and she shows her constant resentment for Cardassians, etc. And I'm sure she's the primary part of the story, and I'm sure at the end she says, oh, yes, I'll come help. Or we should still use her because things are going to happen, but I've no idea what the main story is because it does not memorable, I'm sure. Just about Cardassians and Maquis and about her being a not very likable character. But that's part of that's the fun of it. So, yeah. But I would assume Maquis would be later. Or I guess is this first introduction? Oh, maybe this is just first introduction Bajorans at all. But then would they be linked to the Cardassians that directly in the Maquis? Because DS9's next year, isn't it? So it would be, wouldn't it? So yeah, I don't know. She complains about stuff. She fights with Riker, and yet the sexual tension maybe. There's a scene where Picard tells her to take Riker tells her to take the earband off, which is fair, because you shouldn't have paraphernalia like that. I don't know if she punches somebody as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
This one might be very close because I don't remember a lot of this one myself.
Yeah.
Guys, throw in the chat who did it better, Captain Foley or Commander Coggins. Let us know.
Don't remember any specific story in it.
Yeah, it's just Here's an introduction to somebody you'll never like. Yay!
I love the actress. I think she's great. So I'm excited to see if she's more developed than I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eugene though, 2,500 rubles. Amazing.
Oh really? Oh wow.
It'll be a long time before you get to Inner Light. 11 out of 10. So let's make Captain hammered. Well, I'll have a drink for that.
Yeah.
But
That's thank you. That's a really nice.
I've got things to say about Inner Light.
Best Trek ever, right?
Hands down. Yep. Captain Chili Bina, $5. Does the introduction of Ensign Rowe this season mean you're starting DS9 reviews soon? Crossed fingers, live long and prosper. Yeah, you're all about the DS9 reviews, Captain Chili Bina.
But the thing is, don't you want to see us review good Star Trek for 2 seasons? Like, those are going to be some sloggy episodes, you know?
They will, but they'll be fun to score and then compare to later seasons. Like, Jesus. No,
I mean, and that jump's going to be instant. Like, when we kind of like with TNG, yeah, when we get to Worf, I mean, Way of the Warrior is phenomenal. Although it is completely based on all of the old canon, which is why it's fun.
So we've got, I call a draw. Ozzy says this time it's the commander. Another draw. Hey, Christopher Dawes here. How's it going, my friend? He wasn't fond of Ensign Rowe or what they did. Or no, he liked Ensign Rowe character, but wasn't fond of what they did with her. Yeah, it was kind of wasted. But
well, so was Guinan. So was so many people. You know.
Yeah. So we got a draw. We got a commander. So I guess you won that one.
Well, no, if you got, I guess you won me, won you, and 2 draws. That sounds like a draw to me. You can't get more.
I don't see a me.
Yeah.
We got Bill Barkley, commander. Supercoop's a draw.
Oh.
T. Louise Allen draw.
Oh, it says sorry, Stuart. Oh, I thought he said. Oh, okay.
Oh, because he likes Ensign Rowe.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I'll take that. So what did you say then? I guess not a lot.
Not a lot. This is. I'm not sure if this is. When they first introduced her, has she already been in jail and nobody trusts her, or is she introduced as a good Starfleet officer, then goes to jail for a bit? Because I know she leaves for a bit, and comes back.
No, she's totally coming from being that shitty person that they brought out of jail for this. Yeah.
All I remember is them not getting along, and then her beaming down with Picard and taking her jacket off and handing out blankets and shit to people.
Oh, I don't know if that's this one. That's quite. I mean, she's the focus of the episode, but I felt that's a later one.
Maybe
quite a lot. Unless she's like every scene, which is possible, but
well, you know, I didn't pay attention because I don't care.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know anything about this one either. Cool. Okay.
What is next?
Oh god, Silicon Avatar. Oh, okay. Thanks for the picture. That helps. Right, Stuart. I'm first. Sorry. Okay, we'd never have got this based on the name because that's a stupid name, but picture actually helps. So, they're on a planet, lovely green planet, happy days, lots of people, lots of colonists. And then, oh my god, all of a sudden, because I think the Christianity attacked previously, then all my sudden, from the sky, beautiful CG shot as it comes in, and it very slowly beam, like as in phaser beam, like kill beams the planet, and you see the beam of light as it goes through people, like over people, and several of the crew go into this cave, including this lady who we're going to admit. And it kills the entire planet, and they come out, and it's very dramatic, such a good bit of sequence, and they're like, thank goodness we saved. But none of the other people survived. It was very limited. I'm pretty sure then this is the lady that is actually Data's mother. Not really mother, the non-mother, where then she's here, she's been studying this planet. It's had dealing with this Christianity before. Obviously, that links to lore, links to Data. But really, once you skip the entity thing, doesn't matter as much. You then have to do with Data's mum, and then Data's mum knowing Sung and knowing Data and being coy for a bit, but then saying, oh, I was actually your mum, and that becomes quite important. And then, you know, she falls, she hurts herself, he resets her, everything's fine. Now, this does say 2-2 crystal entity, which means it may be the one that Lore comes in and kills it with the shattering, but I don't remember being this one, so I'm going to take a stab. It's not this one, that this is the mum one, because I remember the CG shot with that's kind of represented this. So I'm hoping it's that one. If not, I'm screwed. But if hopefully it's Data's mum one, which is quite nice, and you see, yeah, it's just fun. She's in like Victorian clothing as well.
Okay, this one is the return of the crystalline entity, or the first time we see it. I don't remember. I know it attacks Data's colony, but so a scientist comes aboard to help them find it because it's been attacking Federation colonies or planets or something, and she ends up working with Data, who had all of the logs of all the colonists or the records or whatever downloaded into him, and her son died in the attack, and so she talks to her son through Data, which is really weird. And well, like Data tells her about his life and stuff. And I think she ends up killing the crystalline entity at the end when they're trying to communicate with it, because that was her goal all along. And then Data feels betrayed, and that's the end. I don't remember much about this one.
I'm frustrated because I thought this was his mum one, so I just explained the mum episode.
Oh, I think that's like season 7.
Yeah, well, I remember being the lady that he was with. But you're right, it was you're actually got it right. I got them mixed up because there's two old ladies that are like close to him. Damn it! See, that's the problem. It's a shitty name, and that picture is the scene I remember, but it leads into an episode in my brain.
Yeah. Justin Hampton, $5. Yay, got a notice of alive, LOL. So is Data's mom body like on Picard? Like the one Picard got almost human? Yeah, I would say so. I think Picard's probably more advanced because it's a few years later. But
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was also a body created by other androids. So, much more advanced.
Yeah. Foley wins again. Afternoon. Cap. Foley wins. Cap.
Well, I just got the wrong episode, so...
Yeah, no, it's fine. It went boom with the power of frequencies. Yeah, she changed the frequency and started like...
Because there's that great moment when they're saying we might actually be able to communicate with it, and Picard's like, this could be, like, it's just living by its own... It's a being. It's just like, it needs energy. It's just feeding without thinking. But if we can actually communicate with it, and if we can power it, they also worked out how to do, they might be able to stop it from killing people and learn from it because it's a unique form of life. And then, oh no, she kills it, and she's like really happy. I remember she plays it extremely well, and yeah, the talk to me.
Picard stands up and just stares at her. Like,
yeah.
What did you just do? Like,
yeah.
And the look of disappointment on his face is like, whoa.
And she's just glowing. And the fact that she makes him talk to her in her son's voice. She's like, talk to me, Data. And she's like, but could you do it in his voice? And he does. And then in the second version of that scene, he doesn't feel comfortable anymore because he knows that she's using him as a way of... it's actually quite a clever episode. If only I remembered which one it was.
Sergeant Montgomery, $5. Yeah, I got nothing, so here's $5 from Uncle Joe's stimulus check.
Yeah.
Just stimulating foreign economies.
And two economies at the same time as well. Amazing. Yeah.
What is next?
Disaster.
Do I go first on this one?
Yes.
Yes. Disaster. This is a good one. This is where they hit a quantum filament. I think this is also Captain Picard Day, it's either Captain Picard Day or the kids. There's kids involved. They won something, and so they're with Picard. Picard's in the turbolift with the kids. When the quantum filament hits, the ship's all like listing and the power's off, and there's 4 people on the bridge. Deanna, O'Brien, Ro, and somebody else that dies, doesn't really matter. They try to get the ship. Ro wants to separate the ship and blow up the secondary hull for some reason because she's a bitch. And there could be people alive down. Of course, there's over 1,000 people. But no, we're going to, because, whatever. Troy is the one in command because she's the highest rank. She's a bridge member, bridge crew, whatever. So that's the thing that's going on the whole time. Meanwhile, down in engineering, I think LaForge and I'm not sure if Data's. I'm not sure the secondary story for them. I know Picard in the turbolift has a broken leg, and he's got to get the kids out of the turbolift, and I don't remember exactly how it ends. I just remember it's a really great episode and really highlights the dangers of space. So but yeah, everybody has to kind of work together, and then they find out that, yeah, I can't believe that Ro wanted to destroy the ship or whatever she wanted to do when she didn't know that people were alive still. But anyway, that's it. Just proves that Ro is not a good character. Samuel, come back, my friend.
Okay, so this is actually the best episode apart from Darmok in the list so far.
Yes.
Something like gravity formation anomaly bullshit they bump into. It's really abstract because it doesn't matter, both in the context of me and the story. And it's actually one of the best like multi-story episodes they've ever did because they each have a strong story. Let's see if I remember them all. So Picard's on the bridge and he's volunteers, I guess, or is told to take some kids down to the school or something similar. He's like, but he does. Excellent. But Ro's on the bridge and she's fighting a bit with Deanna or somebody, who knows, some sort of basic bitch initial combat, and then to me, some reason O'Brien's on the bridge because reasons, and they're also transporting some medical waste, some biological radiation waste and Geordie's helping with that, and I don't remember where Data is. I don't remember where Data is. And everything goes haywire, and the ship is actually like black, as you can see, and it's very unusual for the set. It's a very, very well filmed, and now they have complete loss of interconnectivity. So now all the teams are completely independent with different situations, and they give genuine love to each team. I can't remember what Data and Riker are doing. I'm assuming they are with Worf somewhere. Oh no, they are. No, I remember. They're climbing through the ship because Data and Worf and they're doing Jeffrey's tube, but they keep finding like fires and doors that don't open. So they're just sort of MacGyvering around, but that's the least important story. Picard breaks his leg in the turbolift, emergency halt, oh dear. And the kids are actually fantastic. The girl and there's two boys and there's another boy who's scared, and they all work together to open the upper hatch. You see an actual turbolift shaft, a real one, a legit one.
Not a cavern.
And they go up in that, and it's great. And they do like a song of how to do.
Holy shit, they'd be dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If it was discovered. That turbolift would have fucking fell like 50 feet or 50 floors. And
yeah.
Anyway,
No, seriously.
sorry.
Yeah. And they do a song to go up because they're all scared, but it works as regimented because they're like future cadets. And the girl looks after the kid, probably a brother, but I can't quite remember. That's actually really nice. And Picard kind of goes from being, he's not a dad, but he goes into mini captain mode, and that actually lets him be a father figure without meaning to be. Goes great. We get the great chemistry between Ro, O'Brien, and Beverly? No, Troy on the bridge, and you get the great sense of, well, they could all be dead, we really don't know, and so I'm in charge. No, bitch, I'm in charge. You're a counselor. Yeah. Higher rank. And you get a great power dynamic because she has no experience in this stuff, but actually does manage to sort of take over a bit, and you get great power play, and O'Brien's trying to not let them kill their crew by doing maneuvers that risk the crew. They work out a way of they do solve the situation and do it in quite a good way. And then the least interesting but well filmed bit in the cargo bay with the green smoke, and they have to trick because it's going to kill them if they don't.
Plasma fire.
No, it's not. That's the other people. Oh no, you're right. It's behind a thing.
It's a plasma fire. I forgot all about the Worf Dr. Crusher thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I guess there's two things then. There's a plasma fire and their biological thing. Must be two things.
Well, the biological thing, the plasma fire is heating it up if it gets to a certain temperature.
Yes, there you go, yeah. And so the solution is to trick the bay into depressurizing, and that will probably kill them unless they hold on. And it's great. The way the film is actually very effective, and stuff flies out and the fire goes out, and you have that scene where they're holding on, they barely hold on, and they close it and everyone's fine. And they save the day, and you get this, like they move the box as far away from possible to try and save time, and they get really hot and yeah, it's everyone does good. Everyone does good.
Yeah, I forgot the Ford scene, but that's really good where they have to hold on to the thing and depressurize the bay, and something else is going on. Trying to think what Worf is doing.
I think they're just traipsing the ship. So I think they go to engineering and they try and use the Jeffrey's tubes to get up and down, but like the circuits are fried and they can't really move places.
No, this is where Worf has to deliver Keiko's baby in.
Oh, it is.
Forward.
God, you're right. That's the least time spent, but you're right. Yeah. And she's like,
yes,
"You have to help, Worf. How? Deliver the baby." But he's very proud at the end, which is sweet.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You are."
Yeah. Then later in DS9, when she gets pregnant again, he's like, "What do? I'll be sure to be off the station."
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So who did it better, guys? Who remembered better? I think honestly, you probably did.
I feel like I talked longer.
It was a quantum filament they hit, just for the record. That's one thing I always remember. Quantum filament is such a cool thing. So guys, let us know, commander or captain, in the comments. I'll read some super chats here. Gavin Vale Smith, and by the way, Gavin, don't worry about the haircut thing. It's fine.
It's hard to really make us feel crap and insult us. We're quite, and we do get the context behind most things, and most of the time, you know, we know you're not trying to insult us, etc.
So, $5 Australian. My wife said Shatner and Stewart dying the same year will devastate the Trek community. Who in current actors can uphold and continue the legacy? Frakes. The currents. I don't know. They're all getting old.
Yeah, and none of them have the same like powerness of the other ones. Like if Decay was more invested, still he'd be there, although he's not, you know, too much.
The thing is, I don't remember if the kids were. It was the Captain Picard day, or they won a.
No, that's something. Not this one. That was like season 7. No, they literally just come to the bridge to like look, and then he's obligated to take it back.
Because they won a writing contest or something. That's how they got to go to the bridge. There's something that they.
Yeah, because they want to be future cadets. That's why they're all like regimented. They're like, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here in the chat's. Captain Foley, Commander Sam, Commander, Draw, Commander, Captain, because he remembered War from 10 forward. No, you won that one for sure.
Although Blue says Mark Hamill. So maybe Mark Hamill wins. Not sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, this one's actually a solid one.
This is a good episode. It's really good, yeah.
Okay, so that's me next.
For first, yes.
Ah, okay.
The game.
It's
time to play the game. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
This is one of my favourite episodes, actually, of this season. Riker is on Riser, and he gets seduced by this classic alien-looking alien, and she convinces him very seductively after they've had multiple orgasms to play this game. It's this little, and it's a little headband thing that goes in your head, and it sends a little laser thing in your eye, and you see this exact thing is in the picture. The cones, the disc going to the cones, and it's addictive because every time you get it, it's such a simple thing. You get a shot of adrenaline. It's beautiful. And it's so rewarding. Why even do anything else? So as soon as Riker goes on to Enterprise, he's sharing the game with people because it's so simple and fun. The problem is, as people realize it's so easy and fun and great, and people get more and more of it. This obviously that's a big. I'll say it for a second. That's a big payoff. But yeah, it ends up doing more and more people. But Wesley's back. Yay. From the academy. Good to see him. He's much more professional and looking good. And also his guy's lady friend who's very smart, got all the rules, and he like wants to date her. That's his subplot in the episode. He's like, hey, good to see you. Although the crew's being not very communicative, you know, the adults are playing the game, even Picard later on, etc. And they're all busy, and so he's hanging out with her. He goes to engineering. There's less people because they're playing the game, etc. And then they do go on a date, which doesn't go that well until they realise, oh wait, everyone's wearing this. So they go talk to the captain, he's got a thing on, and then they try and stop it, but then suddenly the ship comes out of warp and it's the alien lady at the start. She's in quite a good uniform, and she is all like, yes, I've control of the ship, and then they suddenly become like zombies in a sense, where they take her orders and they try and find Wesley, and Wesley and her couldn't do the game for that. They were young, I guess. They didn't give it to them, and so all the adults are trying to chase them, but Wesley's quite clever, and the rules of the lady, she doesn't get converted until they eventually do get kidnapped by the mum, I believe, and they do convert her, but not really, because she managed to inject herself with anti-drug thing. And then it gets really awkward bit where they're in sick bay, and Data, who's been deactivated, she managed to reactivate him, and Wesley's almost getting and then he walks in, and he turns out the way of deactivating it is their hand torch flashing it, and so he flashes it in all their eyes, including Wesley, who did manage to reactivate Data, give him they did together, and save the ship. And he's managed to he goes to the bridge and does that flash to everybody, and all of a sudden this lady goes from being I control the Enterprise to oh wait, everyone's fine, and then they scan a ship and it's like it's a pitiful little crap ship and it can't do anything, and so it runs away. And they're like, Wesley did so good, and he's like, I did, but my date didn't go great. And they're like, yeah, Yeah, and there is a moment when she's got the thing on, and it's really sad, but it's a very good episode.
All right, I'm back. And AC Costello, I forgot to read your super chat. $2. Disaster is one of my faves. Best Troy episode, in my opinion. There you go. All right, so Wesley's back for some reason from the Academy visiting. He meets up with Leffler, Ashley Judd. Yeah. She was actually in another episode or two. I think she was in at least one in engineering last season, season 4. Anyway, she's got her rules. I forget what the Leffler's rules or whatever. Kind of like the Ferengi rules of acquisition. But anywho, for some reason, Riker comes back from some kind of excursion trip thingy, brings back this game, and it gets replicated and brainwashes people, and they're wandering around like zombies. It activates the pleasure centers of the brain, and they're really cool, like the little like dental pit things into the eyes with little lasers. That's all I remember. I don't remember. It's just some kind of, I don't know if it's to take over the ship. I don't remember what the plan is with the game, but it's a Wesley Crusher episode with Leffler, and it's kind of like a love story thingy. That's it. That's all I remember. And you talked a lot longer, so who got it?
Yeah, it's one of the ones I've actually watched. Like, I've actually watched this 4 or 5 times. I actually really enjoy this one.
I enjoy Ashley Judd. So.
She's great. Oh no, she's great.
Oh, she's very great. Mark Lawrence, $5. Phew, just finished mowing the lawn. Been listening, but couldn't watch until now. Well, good to see you, Mark.
Evening.
The lawn looks good.
And he was on Riser at the start, Stuart. Classic Riser getting laid with a lady, who's the villain at the end, in a great little reveal.
Really?
She's in like a spandex.
Okay, I don't remember it.
Purple spandex outfit. She's all like, "Ha Riker." At the start, she's like, "Hello," and she's like, "Ha." Great.
Okay, I'm gonna just call it Commander won that one because.
Yeah, I know pretty much every scene of this one, give or take. The only thing I missed was replicating the things, but I did allude to that. I just didn't actually say it. Yeah.
Here's Matt. Oh my God, this episode had one really awkward moment in it where there is a female crew member who is very entertained. Like, orgasmically so is what I think he's talking about. Yeah. Total random reviews, $2. The episode I call Ashley Judd. Goodness. Yeah, she's really great in this.
Yeah.
Cap wins regarding Ashley Judd. Commander wins the rest. Jesus Christ. Commander won. Calkins. Cap just started. LOL. Sam. Yeah. So
Good.
You won that one.
Like I said, I know a couple much better than you do, and you knew the average much better than I do.
Yeah.
Oh, good, these ones. Good luck.
So Unification Part 1. Should we? I guess we. Oh, Part 1. Anyway, yeah. So Unification Part 1. They are investigating the disappearance of Ambassador Spock, rumored to have gone to Romulus. They thought he might be a traitor, so they decide to basically head over to Romulus to find out what the hell is going on. And Sarek speaks to Picard, or Picard speaks to Sarek to find out what Spock might have been up to. And Sarek is not in good shape, if I recall correctly. He's got some kind of neurotic syndrome. Not neurotic syndrome. That's what Picard had. He's got something wrong with him, with his brain. So he mind melds with Picard, and then Data and Picard get surgically altered to look like Romulans, and infiltrates Romulan space in a cloaked bird of prey. They get the help from the Klingons, and there's also something about a ship. There's a missing ship or something that the Enterprise is looking for. I forget what kind of ship it was, but they go to the shipyards, and the guy's like, you'll be surprised what I find on these ships. I found a whatever eel in somebody's locker once. And he's like, the ship will be there, the Tripoli. I think it's the Tripoli. And the ship isn't there. Apparently, it was used for something. I can't remember what. It was I don't know. Anyway, it's to cover something up. So that's Part 1. And yeah, so they get to Romulus and they looking for Spock. They run into Partak, I think is his name, and then yeah, that's how it ends. As we're looking for Ambassador Spock. Well, you have found him. He doesn't say it like that, but he says it like a Spock way. So yeah, that's it. You found him, Captain Picard. All right, so there we go. That's it. Samuel's turn. Dun dun dun. Yay!
So this is the Force Awakens of Spock. He's in the last scene for one shot, and then you climax, and then you wait for next week. They did it 30 years early. So Captain Spock, Master Spock, sends out a distress call of some kind. He's in danger on Romulus, but it isn't really him sending it. That's the twist. Spock is always, I guess he's sending it through his father. Or it's a coincidence that Picard needs to go see Sarek, but he does go see Sarek, who is massively not all there, and he, he's dying. He does die actually in the end of this episode, I think, and yeah, he always has a speech to Picard. A lot of it is, I wish I could have seen my son, etc. Spock, but it's a good scene. Mark Lennon does a great job, and so they decide, we do have to go to Vulcan to save Spock. And so they decide, we're gonna ask a favor from Gowron because we just saved his entire empire. So we rent a bird of prey and we send me and Data to go. I'm there for Spock and Data there's my attaché. They get tremendous Romulan makeup as you can see, and we get a great scene in the Klingon bird of prey's guest suite, filled with metal, and pain. You want I was getting there. Hold on, still on the bed joke. And then he's like, yes, good for any warrior. And he's like, oh, my back. And so Picard does try and sleep, and then as he turns, he realizes Day doesn't sleep, and this is what he's going to do for the next 10 hours. And so he decides not to sleep and review things instead, because those eyes are horrifying. But it's fine. I'm sure he takes stims the next day. And so they wake up, they get made up, they're both great, they go to Romulus. They find a big guy who ends up being a traitor. But we do get to kind of walk through some Romulan streets. It's kind of cool. Everyone's in beige and brown, and it's bland but cool at the same time.
Yeah.
They meet a guy, and they takes them to Resistance, and the Resistance is Spock because they're trying to do reunification, and it's obviously quite a frowned upon thing because Romulus for the win. And they say, can you show me Spock? Yes. And they find Spock, and he walks out of the cave and is like, cut to credits. And it's like, okay, great. We're gonna have an epic Spock episode next week. We'll find out in a few minutes when we review it. So yeah, it's a good setup, good build-in, piss poor payoff in consideration. I'm sure Sealer has something to do with it, maybe they say Sealer, but I think it's more of a next episode twist. So yeah, there you go.
Who did it better, guys? Captain or Commander? I love the last line. I'm looking for Ambassador Spock. You have found him, Captain Picard.
Yeah. It really is Force Awakens 30 years early. Just gets one line.
Ash Lemon puts in 1 pound with no message, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let us know, guys, who won. And by the way, guys, hit like. We have 111 people here, 69 likes.
Yeah.
Let's get to 100 likes.
Oh, yeah.
If you can, that'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
And yeah, who did it better, Captain or Commander?
Yeah.
Obviously, Captain.
I don't remember the Roman guy's name. Because he's like a... Bardak, there you go. Is he a senator? I think he is.
Yep.
But he's a traitor, so, do we really care? Yes, no. Bardak, yeah. But Pardak's been friends with Sarek. That's how he got him on the planet. And that's the problem, because even though he's known about this for decades, that's part of the problem. He's ended up being like, nah, I can't. Because I guess Sealer's coming in and muscling people out. And well, I remember wishing, even first time I watched this, I remember wishing we actually felt more of the Empire here. Seeing more establishing shots, seeing more, not temples, but Roman architecture. It's not just that one street with that one bar where, Picard and Data eat like a soup, and it can never quite eat it because it's like gross. And Data's like, and Picard's like, eat it, and Data's like, I don't need it. It's like, oh, blend in, because everyone's looking at us because they do they make a joke about their accents because they don't have any Romulan accents. Like, don't talk, you don't sound
a different region.
Yeah, it's like, you sound Federation basic. You don't sound Romulan.
Superior Commander, Draw.
Oh.
Capmander. I like Capmander. That's good. Draw. Both.
Oh.
Cap did mention the Riker story though.
Oh, I
Draw.
couldn't tell you Riker story.
Remember they're looking for the ship and they go to the shipyards. And
Oh, yeah.
Tripoli meets us here every day to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never believe what I find in these ships. I once found a whatever eel in somebody's locker once. I still have it. I nursed it back to health.
Yeah.
So.
Which I do appreciate is important in the next episode. It feels like a non-significant B plot, but actually it's important. So I do like that. But I didn't remember that until you said.
Yeah. Pardak was the original. He was Commander Mendez in Menagerie. Yeah, that's right.
He's good. This episode for me, I said, is failed potential. That's all these episodes are to me, unfortunately.
So draw.
Feel like draw? Yeah. Okay.
Fair.
Cool. Obviously, I don't know what you said, so. But okay, cool. I start with part 2 then.
All right. Yes, I'll take this out and go ahead.
Unification part 2. Captain Spock, or Ambassador Spock, Captain Picard. We're here from your father. Don't believe you. Well, let me mind meld to prove it. Yes. And also, stuff that your dad could never say to you, so he tells him he loves him through the mind meld. But they're on Romulus. Spock was asked there to help, but ended up being in fraudulent things. They just wanted to destroy his posse rather than help them, so he has to go double underground. But he's working there for a couple of years, and Sela's there, and she wants to make an example of Spock and capture him. You get some great scenes with Spock and Data together. They have the best stuff in the episode. Absolutely. Playing off each other. One wants to be human, one can't be human. Spock rejects and pushes away his human side to some extent, and Data wishes for that, and they kind of bond over that. I guess Picard deals with Pardak a little bit, but the payoff scene is obviously, he's told by Pardak that there is going to be great unification coming soon. That is what Romulus wants. Turns out it's all been a setup, like I said. So he's going to give a speech later on that day, but Sela comes in, reveal! No, it's all a trick. And so instead they have a hologram Spock that's going to say, yes, Vulcan, you will take friends from Romulus, and they're not attack force at all. And there's these ships that are coming in, and they're ships, and they're going to go attack Vulcan, because fuck unification, we'll just take over Vulcan. But they manage to undo that and then do a fake double hologram trick with Spock, and they shoot through it, and he mind melds Sela and makes her go to the ground, and they survive, and it's fine. And they say, please, let's get off the planet, Spock. And he's like, no, my work is, even though Pardak and others do not believe, I know people do believe in unification. This is my life's work for some reason. So here I am, doing my job.
I'm back. Hi, I'm back. Back, bitches. All right, it's part 2. Yeah, Pardak hooks up Picard and Spock, as you saw in the last time on. Then they meet this proconsul Nirak or something. Anyway, he's the bad guy, essentially. He's working with Sela, and there's something going on. They're trying to frame... they're trying to use Spock to... No, I don't remember. The last half is I remember a really cool hologram blind that they use, and I don't remember. Yay, it ends. I don't know. Part 2 I don't remember, honestly. Part 1's a little bit build up.
But it's the one with Spock in.
I know, but there's some good scenes with him with the Romulan rifle, and but and Sela, the confrontation between him and Sela in the office. I don't remember how it ends. So there you go. I guess Commander wins that one.
There we go.
But vote, guys, anyway. Hit the like button too. 100 likes would be nice.
And you remember that he has these great chats with Data about being human. One wants to be human, one is half human, pushes it away.
Oh yeah. Yes,
the best stuff of the episode.
Yeah. Oh, and Sarek dies in this one.
Yes. Yeah.
And and then Spock mind melds with Picard, and gets to share some of his father's, because they never mind meld.
Yes.
Him and his father.
And you get that moment when he says he actually loved you, and he's like, no, he didn't. Mind meld. Oh wait, you couldn't ever feel until suddenly this moment. So Picard lets Spock know that his father actually loved him, loved him, which you're not meant to do in the same way.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Well, as for the Romulan plot, though, don't remember.
Well, they're trying to get troops to Vulcan. They kind of do the anti.
That's why they stole the Vulcan ship that Riker was looking for.
No, all those three.
See?
They blow them up in the end. It's the only other Vulcan ship we see because they're doing literally anti-unification. It's quite a fun reveal. They're sending 3 troop transport to Vulcan, take him a Vulcan, rather than bring Romulus and Vulcan together. It's such a silly idea.
Well, I agree with Planty should be an easy vote this time. Commander Sam, yeah, you got it.
Cool.
I just gave him that one because I knew I felt bad for him.
You should.
Okay. What's next? Matter of Time.
Matter of Time, which is you first.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, sir. This is where Max Headroom comes to the future, and there is an asteroid going to be impacting a planet, so the Enterprise is there to try to stop it, but because otherwise the planet will basically die. But anyway, yes, then this time traveler shows up, says he's from the future, and he's going around talking to the crew, getting interviews, talking about this important, momentous mission and how it's going to turn out. And and they're like, can you help us with this? The whole planet's going to die. And he's like, I can't interfere. Basically then they notice things are going missing, tricorders, other little things like that. And turns out that this guy's not from the future. He's actually from the past, and he killed the time traveler that has the time traveling device. He killed Doc Brown and stole his DeLorean. And when they can't scan inside his ship, but when he opens the door for a second, they scan, they find their tricorders and all the cool stuff that he's stolen, which he's going to take back in time to reverse engineer to become rich. And so yeah, he actually is a murderer. He killed the time travel guy, and then the ship like goes back to its time as kind of like an automatic recall. And yeah, and it's Max Headroom, you know. I feel bad because I like Max Headroom. So yeah, it's a really good episode, time travel, and I love the twist that he's not from the future, he's from the past. So there you go. I guess I'll call Samuel back now.
So this is one of my favourite-ish TNG ones, because it's just me sort of story, isn't it? I mean, I would write this, wouldn't I?
Yep.
So, all of a sudden, happy days, wait, what? There's a thing in front of us. Wasn't there a minute ago? No, it wasn't. What is it? Don't know, it's weird. Well, let's get on the ship. It's still weird. Wait, no, hold on. What is the guy being first? No, I feel like the ship must come in first. And I guess the guy beams on after the ship. I guess he must do. But it's a guy. It's Mr. Time Traveling guy. Well, he is a time traveling guy. Guy in that brown suit. Phenomenal acting. He pitches it absolutely perfect. He's a man from the future. Historian, in fact. He's here to, see the very important events that happened today, or at least in the next 24 hours. Because he's got this great clock thing, and they're dealing with this planet who's... Oh, well, Geordie's on the planet, and you got these great cutaways too. Like, there's a snowstorm, and it's going very poorly. It escalates pretty badly. Something to do with the sun, something to do with the geothermal core. I think that's like going poorly, and so they need power, etc. And he's like the historian's like, yes, and I'm here to see the event. And Picard's like, so we solve it? He's like, if I tell you, you'll know. He's like, okay, fair enough. But let me see the ship, because as a historian, I love this stuff. And he's a beautiful con man with how he's able to interpersonal with everyone. Even Worf, and that's impressive. He's able to even get in Worf's good books and Deanna and everyone's good books. It's very, very well written. And he looks around, he gets great tours. He's able to have story notes with everybody. He interviews everybody, because that's mandatory for the future, because he's able to get notes. And his big question is, what's the most important thing you think in the last 200 years? And they tell him, because it doesn't matter, you're the future, it's fine. And he slowly, gently steals stuff, but it's well done. and he loves Data because Data takes that to heart of him being a historian and like knowledge, and Data's all like, oh, I love knowledge, I'll give you knowledge. So they become quite good friends. But obviously he realizes this guy's also future megatech, and so as the situation gets worse on the planet, Picard brings him to the ready room and basically says, dude, you have to tell me. Even if you tell me what the solution is, tell me if I do or do not save it. And the guy's like, oh, I wish I could help you, Picard, but I can't. And then Picard has this weird moment of, and I need that. I need to fight hard. That's what you're telling me. He's like, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah. It's great. But then Picard does work out how to solve the solution. And the guy's like, oh, well done. You did just what I thought you were going to do. Well done. History. Oh, better go soon. You got to go? Yes, I got to go back to my time. Data, would you help me go back to my time? Come into my ship, Data. As I say bye to everyone, but Data, come into my ship. The only I can activate with my hand on the wall. And Data's like, wait, why have you got all of our shit? Ha ha! And I guess Data like punches him or something. You know, he does something to get him over on him, and then he forces him out the ship, and then the guy's like, no, but I gotta get back in the ship. Why is that? You're not from the future, are you? No, I'm from the past. Wait, what? Yeah, some guy was drunk in a bar and bragging he was a time traveler, so I picked his pocket, stole his ship, and stole his clothes, and now I'm in the future, and it's really awesome, but also I want to go back home.
Killed him.
Or he killed him. Oh, that's sad. And there's a great moment of like, I got 5 seconds. Come on. Oh. And now there's a time pod in like the 20th century that you can't get into, but also really cool tech. And everyone's like, ha.
Well, no, it went back to its own time, which is the future.
Well, it would have gone back to its own time, but he's not on it, so it was automatic. But yeah, he wanted to go back to his time, but yeah, it went back to its own default. Yeah, it's just great because the energy is so unique. It's absolutely unique. Yeah.
And it was an asteroid coming for the planet, by the way. And
I remember
when he beams aboard, he's talking to them via hail, and he's like, Picard, move to your left or something.
Yeah.
And then
he beams in. Yeah. That's the catalyst. Yeah.
And when they open the door to the ship, the sensors can detect all their shit. And then there's like.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let us know who won that one. I think that one will be pretty close, but let us know, guys. Olivia Julius, $5. Sorry, I'm late. #SamDrinks.
Oh yeah, I just did out to hell. Boo. Yes.
Matthew DeFritas, $2. I think Robin Williams was supposed to be in this episode.
Yes.
Yes, that role was written for him. And Sean O'Sullivan, €2. Ramison, written for Robin Williams. Rest in peace. Yes.
Totally random. This guy did do a phenomenal job, though.
Max Headroom. I forget his real name, but yeah. It was Max Headroom. Totally random reviews, $2. D20 Cap. Do you like or play D&D and tabletop games? Yeah, this is my stress ball. I mean, we play a bi-weekly game of D&D since before the pandemic started, so that's every second Saturday. Plus, I got these ones, which are really cool. These are like clear D20s with another D20 inside, so you can roll your high and your low on the same time, because you have to roll. So I got a 3 and a 1. So shit roll. Anyway, yes. So I do like that kind of thing. Fat Produce, $2. It is agreeable for you to drink again. All right, let's get to the scoring here. Cap 1. Captain edges the win. Cap.
Damn.
Cap. And welcome to the 24th century.
Oh, I said so many things as well. Dang.
You did. You filled in a few things that I didn't get, but I had some more things that, yeah, it's okay. Matt Frewer is his name. Yeah, he's a good actor. He's
yeah.
I just see him as Max Headroom though. That's all I can see him as. But anyway.
Fair enough. One to you.
What is next?
New ground. Oh. I guess I'm.
You go first on this one?
I guess I am. Yeah. Won't be a long one though, so stay frosty.
Okay.
They find a unique phenomenon. It's a energy distortion. It's a wave, like a phasion wave that can travel at warp, and they are quite astounded by this. A natural phenomenon traveling faster than light, and so the A plot is about sciencing that, seeing if they can harness and be able to stay on it. Because if you can get caught in the wave, you can travel at warp completely without power except with your shields. And so that's the entire science thing. But obviously it's unstable and doesn't work and could blow them up. And they decide it doesn't work, and so they don't continue it. But it's cool.
Is this Deadbeat Dad episode? Yeah. This
Which
is where,
one?
I don't know. This is the one where Alexander's stealing stuff from, like, you know, little brat at school, and Worf's got to talk to the teacher, and then Alexander steals a little lizard toy, and because the other kid was playing with it, and there's something else happening. Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember. So,
Wow. Okay.
Ding. Who won that one?
So you got the B plot, I got the A plot, and I don't remember the B plot. You remember the A plot. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, Alexander comes on the ship because his parent we're trying to take care of him.
No, we don't. No, we don't care. This is the warp wave. They can be at warp. The first natural phenomenon, they can travel at warp. There's one of those things.
The soliton wave.
Yeah, soliton wave. Yeah.
That's soliton wave. I win.
Who? Yeah. Who? Well. Yeah. Who cares about Alexander? Who the hell cares?
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's all I remember, though.
Really? From Newground?
Yeah.
I mean, I just got it from the picture.
I didn't think the soliton wave and this episode were the same one. So.
Well, again, I only go by the one picture we have on Memory Alpha, but Newground doesn't tell me jack shit about this episode. That's an awful name.
It is, yeah. Squadra Course, $2. Stuck at work, but snuck out to say hi and hit like. Well, thank you very much, Squadra Course. We have a good day at work. Thank you for joining. We only have 90 likes, guys.
Yeah.
10 more likes. 10 more likes get to 100. I think we should have 100 at this point. So please hit that like.
Please do. Please do. Please do. And of course, guys, we have more booze. Like, this will be funnier with more booze, just so you know. So, you know what? Let's get $30 more with 6 fives. And we'll drink 6 more. Come on, 6 fives.
I gotta add some.
Yeah, because we need these to be more tipsy based. So come on,
guys. Don't know, this is Kraken Spiced Rum, which is amazing, and root beer. I'm actually, when I go make another one, I'm going to use Dr. Pepper instead, but Dr. Pepper and Kraken Spiced
6 fives. And then tell us who wins. That's amazing, yeah. I don't remember any of Alexander stuff, because why the hell would I? Yeah. I could be anything. But the wave I remember quite liking.
Yep, this is the Deadbeat Dad episode, Cap's right. Commander, between the two of you, you got the whole episode.
Yeah.
Half and half.
Stuart, high five!
Commander. So, yeah, let's call it a draw. You did the one plot, I did the other plot.
Fair enough. Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah. Because we talked about this when we did like the Discovery No More Dead Anything. It's like, there's this as well. Things exist.
An Alcar's display of it that has the Soliton wave thing. Yeah.
Guys, $30. Let's have some booze. Not that I'm encouraging drinking, but I'm encouraging us to drink. There's a subtle difference. All right.
I got 2 shots in this big glass, by the way.
Nice. Episode 11, the one that I thought it was 2 seasons ago. Yeah. And you're first in this one.
First on this one? Hero worship. Okay, this is the one where the kid, his parents die, and he emulates Data. I think his name's Timothy or something. I'm trying to think what the other plot is, though. I just know the kid's parents died. The kid is distraught, so Troy suggests that Data spend time with them. The kid starts emulating Data, like going to his hair, like, and pretending he doesn't have emotions because he doesn't want to deal with the death of his parents. I don't know if it's both his parents or just one because the other one is dead already. Don't remember. Trying to think. Or is it? Data rescued the kid off of this ship that his parents were dead on, brings him over. The kid pretends to have no emotions, doesn't want to deal with the feelings of losing his parents. Emulates Data, like I said, no emotions, and then eventually breaks down and deals with the things, and then the kid never thought about it again, and Data doesn't care. So that's my synopsis. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, this is the one I said like 9 months ago. Lady dies. Kid isn't willing to cooperate, isn't willing to have any sorts of personality, and so Data tries to look after him, and then the kid ends up thinking of how good and efficient Data is, and so models himself after Data, gets the same haircut, same uniform, like a mini uniform, and tries to hide from his pain by living in Data shoes, to the point of even like getting some mannerisms and the vocal, and not even, I think they even don't use conjunctions, like it's actually quite deliberate and quite well done. And Data embraces it for a while because he doesn't think anything of it until Deanna's like, Data, this isn't healthy. And he's like, but he's talking, he's healthier. He's actually with the children, although I think there's a scene where he's like in the corner standing still and the kids are playing, and it's just like, he is here. Yeah, but he's not though, is he? And then she has to convince him like, yeah, this isn't healthy. He actually has to embrace the darkness. Yeah. And Data kind of has to give him that talk, and they actually they Data talk each other, which is really fun because he does quite a good job. And then you see that swap where he turns it off, and he can just tweet like a kid, and he's really upset. And then at the end, you see him in back his normal dress, and it's quite heartwarming. Of like, yes, I'll be okay, Data. You were my dad for like 27 minutes. It was great. Yeah, and it's just, you know, that's exactly what happens. I mean, there's probably a B plot, I'm sure there's a C plot, don't know. But yeah, that's just, yeah, surprisingly good. And it's good for Brent. It's a different sort of story for him. There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is the one that we mistaked for, like, what was season 3?
Yep.
2?
Oh, yeah. Yep. We got her, Stuart. I finally got her.
Woo.
Well, I remembered more this time. Like, even though I said it all last time, I remembered more this time. I've not seen it in between. So, yeah, mate.
Yeah. Well, let us know, guys, who
Yes.
who did better. Tell us in the chat. Thank you so much, Captain or Commander.
And I've only seen this episode once. I'll be honest. I've never seen this a second time. So that was purely on, like, some of the specific visuals.
Matt Boardman, $5. My board designation is 1 of 6 drinks.
Cool. That's good.
Daniel Hens, 5. Not sure what that is, but thank you so much, Daniel. Go Sam. You need training for when the pubs open. Cheers.
That's $5. $5. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to pubs being open. That'd be nice.
T. Louise Allen, $5. 2 of 6 drinks. Super Coops, £10. Have a drink, guys. I was made redundant from my job today after 24 years of service, feeling a bit down in the dumps. So thank you for the distraction, Trekyards and community. Live long and prosper.
Oh man.
Oh my God, that is I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
I wish we could say more on that, but you're trying to get away from it. I feel like in a rock and a hard place right now.
Well, hopefully things get better. Keep,
I mean, they got more free time. Use the free time. Spend some more time for yourself. That's important. But shit, hopefully you can bounce back. Unless you want to retire, then hopefully enjoy retirement.
Yeah. But guys,
you, and
tell us.
Please keep joining in our lives and just
Yes.
be here and talk to us. And yeah.
Guys, let us know who won this one. We need your votes, so you need to tell us who did a better job.
We literally can't move on until you tell us.
Because otherwise, clearly, I would win, and I would just outrank him and say I won. So, 20 more likes, guys. Let's get 20 more likes. Get to 100 likes. We have 110 people here. We can definitely do that, guys. If you haven't hit that like button, just hit it. So we got 1 vote for captain. 1 vote for commander. And we got Hezraz, who puts in 349 and says, "Keep it up, because I got a new job." So, cheers. Well, congratulations. Well, what a double, like,
what a roller coaster of super chats.
Yeah.
There.
It's like a punch to the gut, and then hey, here's a drink. Right after each other.
It's a slap and then a blowjob. Just it's very very confusing.
So we got captain, commander, captain. Sam.
That's pretty close. I mean, what do you think? I'm sure you got the B plot, because I no clue what the B plot is.
Donnie says captain, and then Adrian says draw. So, yeah, the kid was Data was the one that rescued him off the ship that his parents died from. He didn't want to display emotions because he didn't want to deal with the death of his parents. Okay, that's a draw. It's a draw.
Hey,
So we got another vote for both.
I'll take a draw. Damn. And we are actually now exactly drawed in score right now as well. 11 in.
Nice.
Which doesn't actually happen before. Which is probably a good and a bad thing for both of us individually. Oh god. The fuck is this? Is it, oh, it's me first.
Are you going first? So I'll take a look.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, it's called Violations, so some telepath violates some brains. I clearly haven't seen it. I have no idea. I have zero ideas apart from the base name. No idea at all. And also, I'm trying not to read the information on the screen, but I have no idea.
There's some kind of mind rapey stuff going on in this one.
That's
know that.
What I said. That's all I said.
But I don't remember much. I think this is the one where you see Picard with hair, which is really weird, in a flashback with Beverly.
Okay.
I don't understand the context of it, but yeah, there's somebody's in a coma or something, and I don't remember the reasoning. Just that the one guy's doing it and he's affecting Troy somehow. It's a Troy mind rapey episode. So yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the plot. So there you go.
I'm assuming it's not a very good episode.
Probably not. But Matt says this is the episode where we see Picard with hair as he takes Beverly to see Jack in the morgue. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But I don't remember why we see that, and I don't remember who is seeing that. Like, what? I don't remember. Keiko remembers her grandmother painting words. Close enough, Sam, says Core.
Oh, thanks.
All right, guys. It's up to you guys to tell us who won that one, because that's going to be up to you guys for sure.
Let's just say we also both failed. I mean, you failed a lot less, but it was a pretty fail. Yeah,
we can't move on until you guys vote, so vote, please.
Or vote for none, and then we'll draw. But really, Stuart should get that, because I knew nothing. I've probably seen clips of it, let's be honest.
Total random reviews puts in $2.
Ooh, thank you.
A slap and a blowjob. Man, that escalated quickly. LOL. Usually the other way around, though. I think he meant it the other way around, like blowjob then a slap. It's like, what the hell?
Well, I know, isn't it a better thing to have second? The pain's done and dealt with.
Well, yeah, but that's then it's like not a big deal. You get the slap, but then it's like, oh, here's, I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't say it was a punishment.
If it's the other way around,
situation.
it's like, what the hell's happening? Anyway, draw. Cap had more details. Cap failed less, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, thank you guys, appreciate it. But I don't remember this episode, so. Oh my goodness.
So it's one of those.
Next?
You win by a total hair.
Okay. I go first on the next one.
Yeah. Oh God.
Masterpiece Society.
Again, this picture tells me jack shit about it. This is unhelpful. And even I'm reading the one-word description. The Enterprise tries to save a perfect colony from destruction, but systems cause damage of its own. Nope. Doesn't help at all. No idea.
Why are our likes going down? We had 80 likes, now we're down to 73. Hit the like button, guys.
What the hell?
YouTube's been funky with likes lately. We had over 200 likes on one of our lives when we ended once. Went back in and it's like down to 140.
Fuck. I knew something happened.
Anyway,
that is bad. Wow.
Hit like, guys. YouTube's being fucky.
Should we draw that? Because none of us know anything.
Yeah, I fucking have no idea.
Guys, you tell us what happens.
We'll rate you.
Yes, we'll rate you. Yeah, we'll see. Well, we have no idea, so you can vote whatever you want, but please don't. Isn't that weird, Stuart? I have no idea. Yeah, you tell us what happens, guys, and then we'll rate your scores and You
This
tell
will be a
us.
fun one. We get to this one to review. It's like, remember this one? No. Okay, good.
Great.
Let's see, 76. Let's see, 78. Yeah, it's 79 now again, but 117 people. So let's get, okay, honestly, let's get 21 more people to hit like. If you haven't hit like, hit like. I want to get to 100, and I want to see if the likes stabilize, because that's weird. We were up to like 14 away from 100. I remember saying that. Then I looked again, it was like 20, because we were at 80, and then it went down to 73. Now it's back to 80. It's messed up. And apparently people were getting booted out of the live earlier today.
Yeah.
So, not great. No, but old human society without context since the 21st century or so. I mean, that's a few episodes, though. So I still don't even remember that. Have you ever watched Star Trek? Yes, we have.
We watched Star Trek. Yes, we watched Star Trek.
Well, she said Star Trek continues. I just stopped talking about it at a certain point.
Yes, and we've met most of the cast, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There's a risk of this colony being destroyed, so the Enterprise tries to help the people, but they don't want it. They have the perfect society. Oh, yes, that's right. They're under this dome, and they don't want to leave, even though they're going to be destroyed, because they have this perfect society, and everything's balanced perfectly. The right amount of people, the right amount of everything, and they don't want to leave. Then they influence some of the people to want to leave, which destabilizes the colony because they don't have enough people for certain jobs or whatever. And then there's everything kind of falls apart, and they are kind of forced to leave because they would die otherwise. Yeah, I can remember a few visuals from inside the dome with the like storm outside and stuff. Yeah, okay. I still don't remember much about it, but that sparked enough that I kind of remember a little bit. But
obviously that was after the buzzer, so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't win that one. Matt Boardman, $10.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute, no. Yeah, James McGill first, $5.
Yeah.
Do a drink Klingon style. Chug a drink angrily, roar a bit, head bash something or someone or something.
That'd be pretty funny. Glory to you and your headbutting skills. Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen this one. I think it's a complete. I've never seen it, or maybe I've like seen a clip. That's exciting.
Headbutt. Matt Boardman, $10.
Ooh.
Enterprise encounters a colony of humans on a planet in the path of a stellar core fragment.
Oh,
that sounds fun too.
Yeah.
Each person in the society fulfills a purpose with some genetic engineering. Yeah, so they can't leave.
Okay, do I dare open the episode and remind myself, or just move on?
Just move on.
Okay, cool. Great, sweet. Okay, next. Conundrum, I think that's me first. Because we joked about that last one. Oh, God, Okay. Oh, yeah, it's me. Yeah, this one's actually... Pretty sure this one is the one where... I might be wrong, but they wake up and there's this guy. This guy that's part of the crew. No, he's not. Yes, he is. And he's telling them that they have to go and attack this planet because they have been attacking the Federation. There's a mission to look at his database, and they so just a really, really bad day. And they got a little, and the Enterprise goes in, and Ro's there. I remember Ro being quite prominent this week, and he's like the acting second in command, and it's weird because Riker's like off to the side, and no, they do those. No, they do those in memories partially, don't they? Do they? Is that this one? That must be a different. No, it must be a different one. It must be. Okay, I'll stick with the first one. So anyway, they get to this place and they find the space station, and they're all like, "Hail, hail!" And then he's like, "No, this is their trick. They always hail. Just kill them." And Worf's like, "Haha, yes." And everyone's like, "But they didn't put up any kind of fight. They have lasers. They have crap weapons. And how are they defeating the Federation?" And the guy's like, "Oh, they're just scout ships. How does it matter?" And so they go into the heart of it, and they literally destroy loads of ships up until like almost their core planet. And they realise that it doesn't make any sense. The things are forged, and turns out that this guy is an alien, obviously, and he infiltrated the ship, gives them all like mind drugs to make them look human, and he's using their more powerful ship to finish a war that they were in, have been in for a long time, and they end up like in the picture. They can't quite stun him, so they have to kill him pretty gruesomely on the bridge, and they sort of apologise to the aliens for killing like loads of them, but they were confused and they were told to. And it's a surprisingly good episode, actually. It's quite dark. And And there's a great juxtaposition of like the power dynamic of this random new character who we think, oh, of course we know him the entire time. It's like like Mr. Poopy Butthole in Rick and Morty. It's like, oh yeah, he's our friend. He's been here the whole time. Yeah, sure. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I just want to set something up here. Gotta fix something that I did wrong earlier. Oh, no, never mind. It's fine. All right. Yeah, so this is Commander Macduff. And the crew loses their memories, wake up, and even Data doesn't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if Data's even conscious or just doesn't remember. Anyway, nobody remembers anything. Worf thinks he's the leader because he's wearing a special, like, sash. And Ro and Riker have like, well, they end up sleeping together actually, yeah. So they're going after this other, people with lasers and missiles, and the Enterprise swoops in and goes to their base and is going to kill like 1,000 people that are on the base or whatever. And wait a minute, none of this makes any sense because, we're super. Our weapons we would have destroyed them like in minutes. There's no way there's a war going on here. And then Macduff gets all like, we got to destroy them, and goes up to the back of the tactical station, and he gets lasered. Yeah, so basically they tried to take the Enterprise because it's advanced tech and to destroy their enemies with it. So that's it. And Riker and Rose sleep together, and Worf thinks he's the captain and then apologizes once he finds out he wasn't the captain for making an assumption like that. And yeah, there you go. That's my summation.
He was also near the captain's chair, I think, when they all go down. So it's kind of like everything put together. Because the Picard's like either tactical or the science officer. Like he's a very like third-rate officer. And so Worf's like, Mr. Picard. And it's all like, what? See, I thought I wasn't sure if it was when they lose their memories or just forget about the guys. So I bet that it wasn't the one where they lose their memories. It's who they were in the rank structure. So I placed that bet wrong, but I remember the rest of it. Because like, is there 2 episodes or is it just 1? So close. But I enjoy this one a lot. This one's a good one. It's clever. I love the context. Like I said, I love the context of like. You've seen some of Rick and Morty, but the character who just appears and everyone's like, well, this is obviously a trick because he hasn't been friends with the family for 10 years. And so, but he can still be an envoy from one episode, this character. So they play it very nicely. But then, like you say, they lose their memories.
Yeah, I remember watching this the first time and really enjoying it. And I'm like, I actually like Macduff, which is actually a member of the crew. But yeah. All right, Sean O'Sullivan, €2. Macduff name of Miranda in Lower Decks, reference to imposter. Number 1. There's the Miranda is the Macduff? Really? That's interesting. You can kind of read what's on the hull of that ship, but all right. So who won that one, guys? Let us know. Let us know. Capper Commander.
Yeah, I had that they like went after a space station and there was a whole thing, or that scene. But
yeah, the base it had 1,000 people on it. I remember that because it was about the same as the Enterprise crew. Yeah,
and they kill so many people. It's really quite graphic. But it's a war, so you can do that. But in all fairness, the Cardassian War started out of nothing, so this could have easily been a real war. They've done that a couple of times. Yeah.
So let us know who won. Capper Commander.
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, probably you, because I thought I didn't want to commit to them in this episode. Story-wise, I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, they're like on some crucial mission of the war, and they got their memories erased by the enemy. Macduff says or something. I don't know, but they were behind enemy lines, and they needed to destroy this one base and to save the day. So that's all I remember. Besides, of course, the character stuff where we don't remember anything, and then Riker and Ro at the end, like they know they slept together, and it's like. All right, guys, let us know. Cap remembered the guy's name. Well, Macduff. It's an obvious something I would never forget. Super Coops, says Cap. Cap, Captain. Boo. PayPal. Ooh, PayPal's.
Yeah, I gotta give it to you just because you got the one twist I didn't want. I mean, I made a choice and you got the choice right, so I'll give you that just for. If I'd committed. Yes. Oh. All right.
So we got money. We got PayPal from Robert Hayes.
Oh, thank you.
$5. When you review Conundrum, you should replace Cockings with a random guy and say he's always been the number 2 in Trekyards.
That's pretty good.
That would be amazingly awesome. I like that.
Or even I'm on a third, or like they're on a third screen, and I'm like Lieutenant Cockings, because I found this uniform. Yeah.
Hey, I like that. Well, it'll be a while until we get there. Hopefully, remember that because.
No, that's good.
Yeah. That's fun.
Good gimmick. Good gimmick.
All right.
Power play, which you're first.
Yes, I'm first.
Okay.
Yes.
Have fun.
Okay, I'll try. Let's see. Power play. Oh, this is the one with the planet with the storms on it. A Federation ship. I think it's the USS Essex. Crashed there, and apparently their ghosts or their spirits actually inhabit O'Brien, Data, and Troy, and they hold people hostage in 10 Forward. But it turns out that they aren't the Federation people. Obviously, they're not the ghosts of the Exeter crew. They're actually, or the Essex crew. Essex, I think. Essex or Exeter. One of those. But yeah, they're holding hostages at 10 Forward, and Keiko and her baby are there for some reason, I think. And Picard offers himself up, goes down there, and the one guy that's inhabiting Data obviously loves the strength. It's very much like the TOS episode with I can't remember the name with Pulaski in it, where they go down and get the people in them, Spock, Kirk, and Pulaski lady. Anyway, same kind of thing. But yeah, they inhabit the bodies. They try to move the ship into a polar orbit to free themselves or something from the magnetic. Whatever the planet, because the planet's got crazy storms, magnetic storms. But yeah, they're I believe prisoners actually that were trapped on the planet deliberately. The Essex or the Exeter, whatever the hell it was, crashed, and so they pretended to be those crewmen to get off the ship or get. Yeah, they start out being like, "Help us," and they get really menacing. So. Anyway, that's it.
All right, so I guess they're investigating this planet in a shuttle. Probably they crash. Yeah, they do crash. And on the planet, they get saved. You know, happy days. I can't remember. I guess Riker. Yeah, because Riker's got a cold or something. He's down there, and he managed to put. Transport magnifiers. They manage to beam up after something happens to them at the start, and they get beamed up, and they're all like, "You guys okay? Yeah, we're fine." And as they try to leave, something goes wrong, and they're like, "Data, what's going on?" It's like, "Oh, nothing's going on, nothing at all. But we can't move. Yeah, I'll go try and fix it." Turns out that the trapped spirits of 3 prisoners from like 100 years ago has been trapped on this planet, and they infested 3 people, including Data somehow. But it's actually really great, and it's a all act great. Brent, really, really good performance. They do have some sort of weird reverb voice at one point or another, but not too much. They're immune to phaser fire. They are immune to a few things, actually. They can beat the fuck out of Worf. and they take over the ship pretty much. Well, give or take. They try to. They because they have all the knowledge, they have all the things. But because there's another one down there, they need to get or more people. It's either one person or more people. But it's like one of their girlfriends or boyfriends or husbands or wives, and they have to get more people down there to be infected by this prison ship. I'm assuming it's a prison ship that got lost, and so they need to get infected to live. Which, understandable, whatever. And so they take them into 10 forward after this all been revealed. They hostage situation, and then they do a thing whereby Data, or not Data, but Data, he does still know all the abilities of Data, which is kind of cool. Well, sort of. He has some of it, but not all of it. He's able to use, like, under Guinan's desk, under a bar, there's like a control interface. He's able to hack into the shields, the force fields, so he's able to access force fields that then go and then walk to the transporter room, because at the very least they can get back down there. So I guess their bodies may get transformed into energy. There's a weird end, maybe, because they try and get off the ship, but they manage to not let them be off the ship, and then they do some tech stuff to force them back on the planet, which does suck, and they're still down there. Oh dear. This is the one where Marina said, "Oh, I'll do my own stunts," and then like almost broke her hip, even though the jump was because the jump was a pretty aggressive jump, but it's not very big. It's just you got to commit. And when she saw the edit, it's like, "You can't see my face." And they're like, "Well, no." She's like, "Oh, you want to do it?" It's like, "Yeah." Bashir, he's the other one, which is great because he's the least likely to be it, and therefore he's like, "Oh, not O'Brien." You know what I mean? O'Brien. He's also taken over. And yeah, good episode. It's a solid episode. It's fun. It's fun stuff. And I think they were humans. I think they were just, and that's kind of the weird thing. You assume they're like aliens, but they're not. They're just weirdly energized old humans, which is the weird juxtaposition of like, yeah, they're just people, just evil now, sort of.
Well, guys, let us know who did it better, Cap or Commander. Let us know, judge us, rate us, tell us who's better.
I like this one.
It's
good.
Yeah, there was a crashed Federation ship there, though. The Exeter or the Axis, I can't remember what it was. But they claim to be Federation officers.
So they're prisoners. Yeah.
Yeah, they turn out to be prisoners at the end. It's a really, really good episode, actually. I really enjoy that one.
And because they do play the twist very straight until the twist, and then they still leave the ambiguity. And it's just fun.
Riker had a broken arm. Yeah. That's why he didn't get infested.
Yeah. Infested. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I remember Brent being like wonderfully acting.
Oh yeah, Brent was good.
Because he doesn't have to be any of Data anymore, because he isn't. But he's also not being that old guy who sings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Woke, $5. Fun fact, when they got knocked out at the start of the episode, Troy threw herself backwards so hard she broke her tailbone.
There you go. Yep. And it's great because you can't see her face.
Cap wins this one, but if you can name the class of the Federation ship, will count as a bonus point.
Class? Birth, probably? I don't know. It's old.
Good call. I don't remember the class. I know it began with an E. It was either the Essex or the Exeter for some reason. I don't know which one, but I think it began with an E. So Cap wins.
Essex.
Commander.
Deadless
Cap.
class. Cool. Wow. 170 years old. Damn.
Both correct. It was the Oxmal, and the ship was the USS Essex.
Yeah.
So who won, though? Who won? Who did the better description? We got Cap, Commander, Cap, Cap. You can pilot this Enterprise from 10 forward. Yeah, no shit.
Well, Data can do a lot of stuff.
Captain. Ugh. You guys are slow to vote, man. 8 more likes, though. 92 people have hit like. Hit the like button. I want to get to 100 likes. It's only 8 more. So 8 of you haven't hit like yet. Please hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. One more vote to break it, guys. We got Cap, Commander, Cap, Cap, and Cap. Let's go one more to determine. Not that it's going to be a tiebreaker. You guys have to vote. You have to engage. Be here with us. Captain. Yeah, I win.
I'm wondering what else you got then, because I got so much stuff.
I said the name of the ship. I said then they wanted to move the Enterprise to the magnetic pole because that's how were going to beam or get everybody up or solve their problem. And also that Keiko and the baby were in 10 forward as hostages.
He like aggressively.
Picard came down and like offered himself up as whatever for the hostages, things like that. So,
and what did I get that you didn't get then?
I think all the other entities that wanted to come up. I missed that part. Other than that, I don't think much.
Okay. No, it's a good one. It's a off character one. It's quite an original off character one, which is good.
Yes, it is one of the better ones.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
So we got Captain, Commander, Captain.
No, you already said you got it. So
Captain, Commander. No, you got two more. Okay. And Captain. Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah.
My vote counts for 10, and I vote for Sam, says Good Old Gamer.
Oh, wow. Well, wish you told us earlier.
3 more likes, guys. 3 more likes to get to 100.
Yes. Is it me? Yeah, it must be me this time.
Yes, you're first.
Okay. Worf breaks his back doing something. I don't remember what. And the whole episode is about him basically in physio and him being strong warrior, and he doesn't want to ask for help, and he like is on that bar thing and he crumples and takes him a while, and it's really hard because he's like broke a lot of his body during something. But it's just strength about him overcoming that, and that's it. I mean, that breaks his back, and it's a good Worf episode.
Okay. Ethmix. This is where a thing falls on Worf in the cargo bay, breaks his spine, and this lady comes on board to help with the treatment. Worf's paralyzed from just the neck down, or just his legs are paralyzed, I think, but paralyzed nonetheless. And he wants to commit suicide. Alexander wants to see him. He doesn't want Alexander to see him. But there's the whole Alexander Worf thing going on there. The other doctor, has this experimental procedure that she's wants to try out on Worf. Crusher's opposed to it because of the way she got her research done. It was unethical or something. So she didn't want to risk Worf's life in the process. And like I said, Worf wants to kill himself. They eventually do the surgery, but then the other lady goes behind Crusher's back, I think, to try something that Crusher didn't approve of, and it turns out to work. It turns out to solve Worf's problem, but the chances were pretty high that Worf was going to die from it, and so at the end there's a big debate between Crusher and the other doctor about medical ethics and how she was practicing her, getting her experimental procedures out there, and it wasn't quite the right way to do it. So that's about all I remember. And yeah, they tried to build the Worf Alexander thing again, and it just goes nowhere. It does nothing. So yeah, that's all I remember. I don't remember if there's another story, but I just know that it starts out with a big barrel falling on Worf, a big plastic empty barrel that bounces. But that's okay.
A barrel of doom.
Yeah. So, who won? Cap or Commander? Let me know. 101 likes, finally. We hit that, broke that 100 barrier, so that is awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
They do help. You guys would be surprised. That's your regulars.
Breaks his spine, and some crazy doctor saves him. Worf breaks his back, standing still. A barrel falls on him. He asks Commander Riker to kill him. Yes, he does at first as a good friend. And Riker refuses, of course, so... Yeah, I guess that's right. I said commit suicide, and that's different. He wanted Riker to do it, so yes. So much for Klingon redundancy. Yeah.
Well, it only goes so far.
Cards. Cap wins. Captain, commander, Cap for the win, and captain.
Cool.
What is next? Outcast. I'm first, I guess.
Okay. Good luck.
All right. So this is the Riker and the androgynous species one. I don't know why they're there, but there is no male or female on this planet. But they're working with the Federation for some reason, and I honestly don't remember the reason. Anyway, turns out that Riker starts getting interested in this one alien, and they reciprocate, but then they're encouraged not to. It's I don't know what else to say about it. It's ethically a weird situation. I think the one alien who's kind of infatuated with Riker is threatened with being arrested, and so then basically gives up their right to do what they want and go with them or be with Riker or whatever the situation is. I don't remember why they're working together, but they are. Something about a shuttle, but that's all I remember because Riker was under the shuttle thing. I remember that. That's about it. So, Commander, I don't know what the fuck to say because I don't remember the rest.
Alright, so this is the no gender species that they've been asked to go help. Something to do with
Do you remember why they're helping them though?
Something to do with their son, I think. Something to do with their... And so they have to... And she's like they are like a specialist for shielding or something, and they make their shuttle go extra special, non-death in star or something similar. And Riker works with this person throughout the entire episode, learns about the culture. It's very sort of, vaguely on the head because they're just talking the entire time, so that's what you get. And then it's revealed that actually, no, even though the culture has neither gender, there actually are some people who have gender because, with billions of people, you have outliers. And so this person's like, I actually do kind of feel like a girl. And he's like, well, then let's kiss. Okay, then. And they do. And then they solve the situation. And then at the end, she is all like, but I'm sort of ashamed of this because I'm abnormal to the rest of my species. And he's like, you could stay with us. And she's like, yeah, no. And I feel like she gets surgery to be a they again, like some sort of, feels pressured to conform to the society. I can't quite remember, but at least chooses to be a non-gender at the end rather than going off with Riker. But it's it's nice because it means a chemistry between a race that has no gender and a gender can beat no gender because it beat her ideals, but also Riker wanted to help her explore who she's after that. But it's just a simple story. The only reason I remember more of it is because they feature the Type 6 in one of the first big episodes, and so they really see the set, and when we built it in 3D they saw it. So yeah, it's just it's a Riker episode, and it's a Riker talkie. Yeah.
And I don't remember this. There's something about the shuttle because I remember them
lots of shuttle
working in close quarters on the shuttle, like he was working on.
She's improving it, and she knows how to use it better than he does, and he's like Mr. Pilot as well.
Yeah. Okay, you probably edged me out on that one just a little bit.
I've only seen it once, and when I saw it, I didn't know anything about the political overtones, so I just saw it as an episode. I was like, oh, it's fine. I watch it very differently now.
Eugene, 200 rubles. Definitely Cap. By the way, did Alexander try to end Worf, or am I mixing it up with House MD?
Yeah.
I think Worf asked him his son to kill him or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how it goes.
And yes, Matt. Exactly.
Not a bad account. Oh, what's Matt saying?
Oh, this is why I pulled reference pictures from. Because he helped me do the shuttle, so he saw this episode a lot in his pictures. Gotcha. It's really good for reference images.
Not a band account, $5.
Thank
Speaking of Klingon anatomy, since Klingon males have 2 parts, which they don't, do Klingon females have 2 wombs? No, they don't, because that's just stupid. Did Troy know about this biology fact? No, because it just doesn't exist.
Next. Well, I was going to go really, really dirty, but...
Yeah, no, just stop with the 2 things.
Look, he was an anomaly. They don't have 2 dicks.
Yeah,
I mean, that was just them pissing on fans. I mean, you can't get more...
Literally.
Yeah, you can't get more disrespectful, really, honestly. But unless you got surgery to be a double, you know. I mean, hey, there was a 3rd-breasted woman in Total Recall. That was a choice. That was a
a mutation.
But she didn't get him out of it. Yeah, you're right. But you know, maybe his was a, you know, or
maybe it was a mutation. Maybe his dad worked at the antimatter
at the Springfield plant
factory.
Or maybe it was so small it ended up being 2.
Yeah, maybe I had a split in battle. Bat'leth to slice it in half. 2.
I like that.
There's lots of reasons.
That's good. I like that.
Sergeant Montgomery, $2. This episode was unaired in the U.S. No, it wasn't, actually.
Damn.
But that's okay.
Counter, bitch!
All right, so we got Commander.
Oh, wow.
Commander. See, you got it. Bang on, man.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Did you talk about something else while I went to pee then?
Yep, because I was like, there was a shuttle, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I remember, obviously, again, now I know, but they originally wanted to be a guy actor, and they still thought that was too far.
Yeah.
Which arguably is too far. Like, at the time. Like, it works fine either way.
Yeah.
If you do it now, it doesn't matter. I mean, we've obviously got a character that's neither, although that person's a choice to be neither. This is actually a biological neither. So it's a little bit different. But it's interesting, yeah. Everything's been done in TNG. Ooh.
Sam. Next up, cause and effect. All right, I'm going to go first, though.
It goes boom! Boom! No, they're stuck in a time cause and effect. They start with poker, they keep doing poker, they never end poker because it's always poker time. Probably first introduction of poker as well. No, probably wasn't. Yeah, the ship's going boom because they are getting near a distortion. The distortion is trapping them in local time. They get through a certain amount of time. And then the USS Bozeman, a Miranda-class variant with guns on the top and the side, which is kind of strange, comes out of vortex, hits the nacelle, causes a blow-up, and it comes back in time to the original. And we see it multiple times. They're very good at doing different angles as they go, actually. They're quite considerate about that. And I think it's a Frakes directed. Yeah, I've read it. And it's great. It's just a very strong scene, very strong. They do make every redo feel different. They don't know they're redoing it, but they assume they are. And so I think they have a conversation where should we do what we are going to do or not going to do? Because if our first reaction is to do this, and it obviously didn't work, let's try and think outside of our own box. But how far is outside of our box if we've already had that box and thought outside of it? And in the end, they work out a way rather than about... Well, they try multiple things to stop the Bozeman. They try, like, the tractor beam and other things, I'm sure. The tractor beam sort of almost works, but doesn't quite work. They tried and the answer at the end is to depressurize the shuttle bay, which gives them a little bit of push to avoid the kablooey. And so the end is they have to put into Data's... They know they can send a message to the next version of Data, but he's not sure what, because that's to be so unbelievably simple. And so the end up solution is they do get to that point in the scenario once again, and Riker's doing the leg on the console, and Riker is looking at and they're suggesting options his final few seconds because they don't know what's going to kill them. That's the problem. They don't know what's going to kill them, and so they always have to get to that point to even see what they can possibly solve. And so they get to that point. Bozeman comes out, and then the Data looks, and he sends himself a signal of 4 or 3 pips. That's the signal. Is the signal to trust the 3 pips Riker suggests, which is the depressurize the bay rather than anyone else's, because that obviously fails again and again. And so they do that. They survive. And on the view screen, it is Kelsey Grammer as Captain something of the Bozeman. Still remember the name. I would remember it. I should know the name, but it's fine. And yeah, TMP, awesome. Or Athicon anyway. And happy days. They're saved. And it's been like 3 months in real time because they got stuck in it.
So the episode starts out with the Enterprise going boom, baby.
That's what I did too.
Yeah. Abandon ship, abandon ship. I know. That's why I did it. I was blowing up the little Enterprise the whole time you were talking, like. Anyway, and then we get to see it starts out with a poker game and some deja vu's going on. Geordi's got some problems with his visor that he can't quite explain. Weird shit happening, and eventually the ship blows up again. Wow, what a shock! And then, like before every commercial break, I think it blows up. I think that's how that works. But it's actually very interesting. Very well done. They start noticing the deja vu. They start calling the cards as to what they're going to be, and then they see what causes the explosion. They see the time vortex, temporal anomaly, if you will, which they don't call it that probably, but anyway. Miranda class comes out of it, and they try to move, and the suggestion is made. Maybe we should decompress, or Riker says maybe we should decompress the shuttle bay, and that's like, no, don't do that, because that would blow us out of the way or whatever. Anyway, they choose not to do that, and so they get blown up because it scrapes along the nacelle, like the nacelle to nacelle kind of scrape. Glass cannon blows up. Anyway, happens again, but this time there's a weird amount of, because they figure it out, but each repeating time they kind of get reset, so they got to find a way to send a signal into the next one, which I believe they end up using Geordi's visor, if I remember correctly. That's one thing I don't remember, actually. But anyway, they get the message through, and there's a whole bunch of threes on the cards. There's weird instances of the number 3. And then at the end, right as Riker makes a suggestion, maybe we can decompress the main shuttle bay and blow ourselves out of the way, push ourselves out of the way. And just as that order is about to be canceled, Data looks up and recognizes the 3 pips, the commander's pips, and 3. So he just, without order from the captain, decompresses the main shuttle bay, moves the ship out of the way, and then find out there were like 18 days when they reconnect to the Federation sensor net or whatever. 18 days they were in this time loop. And that's it. That's cause and effect. And when you get to see, Kelsey Grammer as a movie era captain, and you know what year this is, Captain? I forget what year he says, but it's like, no, it's not. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
And then,
I think Samuel probably that one.
And then in the book, you see that scene where he walks into the conference room and he's all like, "Well, Captain, sorry about this." And I remember the guy's like, "Are we sure you're not in our time? Like, it could be either way." And he's like, "No, sorry, you're in our time." It's funny. As soon as you said the visor, I remembered all the visor stuff. I was like, "Damn it, I forgot about the visor." That's close. That is totally up to the audience.
Yeah, I figured it would be close.
Yeah.
That's one that we know very well.
Yes.
I think everybody knows it very well because they repeated it like five times during the course of an hour.
I remember that Frakes directed it. It definitely, because it's like one of those first ones and it's like shows. I remember they use different takes. So every time they re-loop, it actually feels different, even though it's... Like, normally, for time loops, you just kind of feel the same imagery. They actually keep it very different, which is very unusual. So actually, do a film...
Just remember the blue lighting and the spinning and the all hands abandon ship. Repeat, all hands abandon. And it's such a janky explosion, though. It's like a firecracker goes off in a little model. It's really bad.
And also, the Soyuz isn't even in sight. Or is it totally be in frame, like a little bit? Like, just abstractly.
Yeah.
2278
is what the Yuri thought it was. 17 days. I thought it was 18 days.
I thought it was 3 months. I thought it was more extreme than that. Which I love that, because you never get that. You never get they're actually being kept in a local time distortion. It's always galactic or resets you.
So we got Cap. Kelsey won. Cap. Draw. To tie. Both very good, but Cap was closer. Commander. Ooh. Chalk this up to a draw.
Yeah, which I think is fair. It's such an us episode as well.
And not a bad account, but it's in $2. Hope I phrased the question respectfully. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you did absolutely. I refuse to.
Did I miss something?
Anyway, no
I
problem.
guess I missed something.
Oh, because he asked about the males Klingons having 2 parts.
Oh, yeah. Just sorry.
Gareth Rooney, €5. Like how they never checked if anyone were in the shuttle bays. Just decompressurize them in the main bay. Because that's a big bay. Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. But the force fields go up, I guess, and then the door, and then there's slow the force fields, so people have time to get out. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't, because this happens kind of quick.
All right, Stu. Good luck.
Oh, what's next? Oh, the first duty. Oh, this is with the non Tom Paris. That is still Tom Paris. Anyway, yes, this is where Wesley's at the academy, and he's with the fighter squadron, and there's an accident, and one of the pilots dies, and they're doing the investigation, and it's like their kids are hiding something. Picard starts out being very proud of Wesley, and by the end, he's giving him the lecture of, the duty to wear that uniform. It's to speak the truth, whether it be personal truth or whatever truth. But Starfleet officers. But yeah, the kids are sticking together. Laterno, I think, is the kid's name that becomes Tom Paris. He's kind of the leader of it all. He's encouraging them not to tell what's going on. They were doing maneuvers around Saturn, I believe, and they were doing like a starburst formation, and something went wrong. And basically, they weren't supposed to do this one thing, but they thought it would be really impressive to do for their graduation. And so they were practicing that, and that's when this thing went wrong. So anyway, turns out that Wesley eventually does tell the truth, and gets Laterno locked up, which would have led perfectly into Voyager, and it should have, because it's the same actor. It's basically the same kind of reason that he was in a prison facility, but they didn't want to pay the writer of this episode royalties, so they changed the name. But yeah, so one of these, and the way they find out about the evidence is one of the footage from one of the satellites near Saturn kind of catches them doing the formation. So anyway, that is it. Otherwise, they would have got off for lack of proof because nobody was talking, but Wesley eventually talked. So there you go. Let's get him back here.
So this is the prequel to Star Trek Voyager, obviously.
Should have been.
Yeah. No, Castillo's the other guy. I'll remember his name as we go, I'm sure. So yeah.
I think.
Catano, yeah.
No, Laterno. Something, I don't know. Anyway,
it's not. I mean, Paris is a better name, but Paris. Yes, they actually call back to Earth, which is damn rare, because turns out that Wesley was in a training accident in their proto-Voyager uniforms, which is kind of weird to see all aesthetic, like a little bit early. Yes, he's doing a flight simulation thing at the academy, but it was part of their normal-ish course-ish. But the team decided to do this really ultra risky maneuver, and it's so risky that the one of them dies, and that's bad. And there's this inquiry because it wasn't part of the original flight display. They did extra because they want to impress people. And it's one of those things where 9 times out of 10 it succeeds and you get points, like the Kobayashi Maru. But at one time it goes wrong. This is that time, and so they know as no one knows Wesley as well as Picard, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons he's nearby as well. And so they get him there. And it's this kind of very low-key episode. It's all in these little grey-walled sets, very sort of interpersonal. But Robert Duncan's great in it. He's very strong. He's that interesting balance of, that thing where do you value your friends and your team over your obligation? Is that snitches, or be a snitch or be loyal? Both and neither. And so we get this lots of stuff where I think he does lie to Picard originally. At least tries to cover up. But I don't think he quite knows the full truth either. He half knows the truth. But then they obviously talk about it throughout the episode, and Beverly's quite disappointed, and then McNeil, there you go. Oh, that's the real name. Damn it. Robert Duncan McNeil. I was like, no, pressures him. We also see this lady in it who's a Bajoran who's in it later. Just kind of nice they brought her back. To be, kamikaze into kayak in space, which sucks. But okay, thanks, great for that. And some great visuals as lovely reconstructions because they're arguing like what did happen. I think the flight recorder's damaged and they have to like reconstruct it or something. There's more of a mystery to it than I led on. It's more, work it out. I'm sure they like probably faked the readings as well. They probably did some sort of, butchered it, and then I think Wesley must have maybe like at the end. I think they were home free and clear, but his guilt ended up being part. I think the scene in the ready room where Picard's like, due to the uniform and to the truth outweighs anything else, even to me. Due to the uniform and to being truthful. So betray your friends if it's truth, etc. I think he does give the real information, and then he shows. I remember the scene. He shows the jury what really happened, and it was just pilot error, and it was the fault of the person who died. That's the annoying thing. But they all agreed to do the maneuver, and because they all agreed to cover up, they're all at blame. If that person just died, it would have been a shitty accident that would have had some form of culpability. But they all agreed to cover up and make it even worse, etc. And obviously then Paris gets thrown out of Starfleet, goes into prison, and Wesley ends up being a supergalactic being that travels the universe, and then on the Titan. Long storied career. And there's this old lady, and I'm sure Boothby's in it as well. It's pretty good. It's kind of bland in an abstract sense, but it's a rare Starfleet Earth one. So yeah, that's what I remember.
All right, guys, you're the judges. Let us know who got it right, who got more right, captain or commander.
I do like the design of the cadet
uniforms.
Well, yeah, obviously, but the Academy wing fighter thing.
Yes,
it's nice. It's a Rick Sternback. It's yellow. It's weird. It's nice though. Yeah.
Sean O'Sullivan, €2.
Thank you.
Locarno, that's his name.
Yes.
Locarno, just Paris in disguise. Wake up, sheeple. Ashford, the Dominion war never happened. Area 51, $2. Snitches get stitches. Wesley. Yeah, I like the speech though about the duty of every Starfleet officer to tell the truth, whether it be personal truth or historic truth or whatever truth. So guys, vote down in the comments. What do you think? Who got it more accurate? And let us know.
I can't remember which YouTuber, but one of the YouTubers had a great comment where this episode stands out a little bit because who you tell on is situational. In this episode, the truth beats out. And they cut to like a DS9 episode where they all hide the truth, and because it's our main characters doing the right thing, it's good to hold on to the truth and lie to save people. And it's like, well, it's not really a different situation in the grand scheme. Like, even Picard lies to other people for the sake of it, etc., etc. So, this one's very black and white, which is annoying because they betray it later. But again, it isn't. It's situational. He's just trying to guilt Beverly. He's trying to guilt Crusher. So it's just, it's a speech doesn't, and especially there's a scene in Picard where I think Major Grimm put them side by side, and it's like, wow, this is Picard's morality. 40 years apart, holy shit, Oh.
Yeah, that's rough. Sergeant Roadkill, £2. Does the commander still have his cadet uniform?
I don't know if that's a reference to anything. I've never had a cadet uniform. I wouldn't mind this uniform, but it's just a Voyager one, so.
Well, you're a commander, so you had your cadet uniform.
Yeah. I wonder if there's more of a longer joke in this or not.
All right.
Yeah.
Ozzy says Captain Foley. We got Sam, Captain Foley.
Wow.
Draw, Cap. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, I wonder what you would have said then, because I said a lot of information there. That was pretty detailed.
Yeah, I did too. The Starburst maneuver. It was a satellite. One of the satellites around Saturn that spotted them. You got the Bajoran girl, which I forgot about. I did the truth lecture from Picard. So I'd say call that a draw. Draw.
Okay. Different bits and bobs. It's memorable as a concept, if not as many individual scenes. I don't think. If that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Episode 20, which is me first.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Loxana comes and plays in mud. I'm sure she's doing something diplomacy-wise, but that's not really the point. And this is the mud bath episode. I mean, there isn't much to it that I remember, but she chats to Worf. She meets Alexander. She's all like, "You're a shitty father, Worf. This kid needs." I think he's acting out, as I guess he is often. And she's like, he needs a certain sort of love that you aren't providing, and so she takes him and she tries to sort of mentors him, and they have a mud bath. Deanna is not impressed, but obviously at the end the payoff is that they all do have a mud bath. And it's quite relaxing because it's important to let stuff out. You know, the repression of a Klingon isn't always healthy, and so it's one where he laughs, ha, and it's embarrassing a little bit. And Worf's like, "What are you doing? Ha! Stop that! Where'd you learn from?" "Well, Oksana, Miss Troy." Miss Troy. And then there's these people with makeup and clowns, and there's this guy that eats his own balls because it's a hologram simulation. It's like a private plaything, and it's weird. And there's this like juggler guy, and because Oksana gets sad in the second half or something, and I guess that rubs off the program, and the guy loses balls or eats his own ball. Oh yeah, no, because he's juggling and they're also edible. And the joke is that if he juggles, he's happy, but if he's tempted to eat his own balls, the things, and he's unhappy. And it's just this weird, I guess, thing of you can't always have everything, etc. And then the juggler's... It's this weird one. It's an abstract one. There's also this glowing light bubble, literally a bubble, that like has like a... Well, it's not a clown, but it feels like a clown, but it's got a multicolored face in it, and makes faces at them. And obviously Alexander loves that, and then at the end, or when Worf comes and finds him in the mud bath, it makes faces at Worf. And then he pops it. It's quite funny. I'm sure it's a big plot, but yeah, it's weird.
Damn, that's a lot of talking to say that this is the one where the Oksana's getting married and doesn't want to, and they go for a mud bath. And that's all I remember.
All right, so you got the A plot. I got the B and C plot. That's funny.
There's a B and C plot?
Well, there's B and C scenes. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think I went that one.
I don't remember.
Well, I remembered like I was reconstructing it in my brain. Yeah, I get that. Now, this is the one with the bubble with the dude in it that makes faces and Worf pops it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Which is quite funny. And there's a guy that has he's a juggler and he has balls and he eats one.
And the Oksana's like, or Oksana's like, ha 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 ha! I'm laughing, father. Ha ha ha!
Ha! Ha! Silence! Ha! He's like, shut the fuck up.
That's really good.
Yeah, okay, I definitely got more information with that. But that makes sense because I said at the start she's there for some diplomacy, but it doesn't matter. That's not important to the main story because you're right. She's running away from it, so it's unimportant. And that's the whole point of the thing.
What else happens though? Like, what's the plot?
Well, no, because she meets with the whole. Literally, is just about her and Alexander. He's unhappy, obviously, because this dad's not a good dad, and so she bonds with him, and they hang out, and then they each teach each other stuff. It's very much like a they go off and do stuff episode.
Yeah,
something else happens, I'm sure. But
there's no big thing happening. Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, I think it's multiple smaller things. Well, it's Oksana, like she's the big thing, Yeah.
Some malfunction on the ship, says Area 51.
I don't remember who she got married to. I don't remember. Let me scroll down then.
I remember she's standing naked in front of the mirror or something.
Oh, yes.
And that's insulting to them or something. I forget.
When
she shows up to the wedding. She shows up to the wedding naked.
Well, it's a traditional way. Yeah. Actually, those are good scenes, actually. Those are good scenes. And everyone's like... And then and Alexander's like... This is like, she's naked. And Wolf's like... but Dan like is like... And then she's like, okay, I get it. And I think Riker has like big eyes and Deanna's like... And yeah, Magel's face was like, I've still got it. I might be in my 60s or 50s, I still got it. Look at that ass. That's an ass of a 30-year-old. Cool. Sweet.
Oh, I think you got that one.
I did. So. Okay, perfect mate. That's you. Yes? Yes. Good luck.
Yep. So this one is Jean Grey and Professor Xavier, essentially. Yeah, basically, Ferengis are bringing this gift aboard, and it turns out to be an empath in a cocoon, which hatches early, and the reason these are so valued is because they mentally link into the person that they are supposed to be marrying, so they can do anything for them. They know their most intimate thoughts, and she latches on to Picard, and it's actually a fantastic episode of the two of them. She actually does telepathically link to him permanently, and she says she can still read minds, obviously. So she says she'll still be able to take care of her husband, just not as linked as they should have been. So it's not a total loss, but yeah, she's basically in love with Picard. Picard's in love with her, and she knows everything about Picard, everything he loves, old literature, archaeology. She's very much the perfect woman for him as a result. And yeah, so Jean Grey and Professor X, love affair. That's my synopsis.
All right. Am I right saying this is a weird episode?
I wouldn't say it's weird. It's a good, lovey episode.
So all I remember is this woman's like a perfect woman. Perfect. Amazing. Probably genetically modified, but I can't quite remember. And she's been given from one planet to another to ensure peace. But the guy's not ugly, he's just older or something. And they've been, the Enterprise has been sent to delegate and send between them. And in that time, well, she's in like a chrysalis or something at the start. I think that might malfunction, and she's like pulled out of it, and everyone's like, oh, damn, dead ass. And then it's like, well, how can we not talk to her? Because this is, we thought it was just a present to this guy, but it's a person. Is that okay? Are we okay with this? Well, she's okay with it. She's accepted her life, her role, kind of Russian Bride style. And then it's a weird one because she's much younger than Picard, and yet the vibes, like Picard's very intellectually likes her and gets talking and realizes she has a lot to offer besides that. And I'm sure he tries to not necessarily convince her, but ask, what do you want? And she's like, well, I was made for this, or genetically, this is my purpose, and part of my purpose is to fulfill my purpose. I'm okay with that. And the whole thing is just about literally, is this what you want to do, etc. And then she asks him to, because she wasn't really born or made, so she asks him to, in the picture, take her down the aisle, and it's bittersweet, but by her going there, she's doing really good things for her people, their people. She's doing a lot of greater good, and she's not unhappy. So it's just kind of like it's sort of a very Prime Directive style where we shouldn't interfere, and you got values. Where is the principle of their weird culture, but they're still their weird choice. And I'm sure there's a B and C plot. Don't remember what, but it's a straightforward episode from what I can recall. And this is the lady from GoldenEye, who everyone thinks is really sexy. I just know she's annoying as a person in real life, so I'm just like, yeah.
Famke Janssen, she plays Jean Grey. Her and Professor X have a baby in this episode. Wait a minute, what?
What? Do you write fan fiction?
Yeah. Yeah, I do in my spare time. How do you know?
Well, I guessed. So yeah,
she's a metamorph, just so you know.
Is she though? Because I thought that was the other lady, who's also there was a Wesley one.
This is the one that she's a metamorph. She links onto the person she's supposed to be married to, and it can read their intimate thoughts and desires, and
because
she's the perfect mate for them. Yeah. And she links onto Picard, and they didn't reverse it on time, so she's actually in love with Picard, locked into him. But so she's still an empath. She can still fulfill her husband's needs, just not as deeply as she should have been able to.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's a really good episode actually, and it's one of the lovey-dovey ones, and I don't like those. So.
Yeah, like I said, I remember just the basics, the premise, but all the subtlety I don't remember.
And I don't remember if there's a B or C plot. I mean, probably. All right, guys, who did it better, Commander or Captain? Let us know in the comments down below. How many more are left? Getting tired. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. All right, that's not too bad. Let us know who won, guys.
Yeah, I've seen this once, for sure. I never gone back and watched it.
Yeah. It is a good episode. I do enjoy watching it. It's just kind of heartbreaking at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I think this episode relies on the actual individual scenes of acting, which if I don't remember the acting, I can't gravitate towards. I just remember the basic plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the older guy that she's marrying is kind of an asshole. He doesn't care about her. He's just doing it because it's something he has to do, and
I don't
doesn't
think
treat her well.
Oh, okay. I thought he wasn't a bad guy, just not the best guy.
Oh, he's just kind of a douche. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, you guys vote.
Female versions. Cap. That's the first vote. Dun, 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 dun. It's a good Picard episode for sure.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure it'll be.
it's got such a interesting message as well. Like it's just a heartbreaking thing to see at the end. Squadron course, says Stuart.
Vote now. Vote now.
Vote now. You
Stuart,
can make a difference.
Stuart, didn't we get 100 likes at one point?
Yep.
Well, that'll happen to our likes.
5 likes.
How do we go down like
Wow.
35 likes? Guys, are you seeing that? What the hell?
Yeah, that's a problem. Damn YouTube.
That's an absolute F.
All right, we got it. Anyone else want to vote?
Yeah. I mean, there's 83 of you. We should get 83 votes. Come on.
And hit like. Let's get to 100 likes.
Oh.
Nice to do it twice.
Well, no, we're timing the cause and affecting it, you know. Quick before the Reliant variant hits us again.
Another cap vote. T. Louise Allen says says 22 likes. What? Anton Smith says 76. Chris Jericho says 14 likes. Wow. Squadron course, $2. Done with work. Yay!
Yeah.
How's the live going? It's going well, except that we fell into like a time vortex with the likes, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, help us get to 100.
Anyway,
but, I mean, you got more votes barely because no one bothered to vote. I guess they're also meh about it. Okay. Next.
I'll call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Imaginary friends, and I guess I'm first on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl. What's the impetus for this? Something like, I don't think she was her mum. Oh no, she's her mum is not very conducive to a good mum. She doesn't talk to her very much. She has her own imaginary friend. She goes to Arboretum, and then all of a sudden her imaginary friend was this energy little bubble thing, and it flies to the ship, finds her, and then her imaginary friend comes to life. It's this very sort of somewhat aggressive girl, and at the start, they're going through like a cloud nebula, aren't they? Yeah, they're going through like a big blue interwoven nebula, and this thing like gets attracted to it and goes in because it senses the need of the girl. So it goes into the ship, and obviously the girl's like, "Oh my god, my imaginary friend turned real because I'm so sad." And they hang out, they play, but as soon as a real person comes along, the friend disappears. And it's fine. They go sciencey for a bit until the friend convinces, or the imaginary friend convinces her to go to places she shouldn't go and do things she shouldn't do, and then everyone's like, "What are you doing, girl?" Or real person, "Well, my imaginary friend told me." And they're like, "Yeah, right, no. And so they keep doing that for a bit until she gets quite upset and quite aggressive, as in the real one, because obviously it's like, come on, I'm actually being told by this person. And then something happens without her physical interference, so there's actually some logic that, yes, this imaginary friend is actually real. I think it causes damage to the ship as well, or I can't quite remember. And then the people realise, oh no, something's inside the ship and it's doing poor, and oh my god, it's actually this thing, this energy being, it is the imaginary friend, and it's very aggressive, and then it disappears from the girl for a bit to cause damage to the ship or whatever, and then the Gasser apologises, gets the girl back. Picard goes and negotiates with the girl in the Arboretum, and the imaginary friend alien is like, "Look, I just wanted to help her, but you guys sucked, and I was having fun being somebody who could hang out with somebody." And Picard kind of negotiates, and the mum kind of apologises a little bit, I think, as well. And it is actually kind of sweet at the end, because it's not a mindless evil alien. It's more like, I was taking what I had here. And they say bye touchingly, she disappears. And then the friend, and I think the girl actually gets friends at the end, the real friends. So yeah.
All right, so this is about a little girl. I believe her name is Clara, and she has an imaginary friend who's creepy as fuck. And I think her friend's name is Isabella. and apparently she comes alive at some point, and is actually an alien entity scoping out the ship, trying to learn about humans, and making Clara do really bad things and get into trouble and stuff like that. And I think her dad is a engineering person type deal who can't spend enough time with her, and is worried about the imaginary friend thing, because the imaginary friend came about because he was busy all the time, and then now it's a manifestation, and it's nobody else can see it, obviously, but Counselor Troy's involved quite a bit in this one, talking to Clara about Isabella. Isabella is creepy as hell. The name and the girl, like, I remember them. They're very strong in my memory because it's creepy. And I think Picard ends up talking to Isabella about, something, because I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't remember how it ends necessarily. I just know that this creature is there to scope out the Enterprise, essentially. So that's all I remember about that one. Creepy kid.
It's funny because I was visualizing a girl mum every single scene, and then as soon as it said man, I'm like, the images in my brain swapped to the guy. I was like, oh yeah, I know what it looks like. So I completely gender swapped the parent. Yeah, I don't know. I got some stuff you didn't get there, so I'm interested to see what I think.
Yeah. Let us know, guys. We're excited to find out what you guys think. Who won, or is it a tie? Logic Course, $2. Done with work. Yay. Oh, I read that one already. Never mind.
Because I do quite like this one, because the ending's actually quite sweet in its own way. Like, it's a good payoff to the creepiness. Yeah, and I think the girl actor's actually not bad. The real human, I think she does quite a good job considering. The other one's obviously playing to a certain weird, creepy vibe, and so she's limited. And she doesn't like move her face as much as she should do. And Keiko's in this one as well, or something. There's a lot in Arboretum, which is really quite cool to see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cap is closer. Draw.
Yeah, you did get the names, but I got the Nebula and stealing stuff. Yeah,
because really pick up the entity. Yeah.
Because they're flying through it, and that's like, because half the episode is just we're flying a Nebula, and you're a kid that has no friends, and then they're like, oh,
I forgot
wait,
about the Nebula. Yeah, I forgot about the Nebula. You're right. So I couldn't remember how it got there, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like I said, it's very much on you guys.
I just remember being creeped out by it. I just hated that little Isabella kid. She's good casting for that one, for sure. Well, they're still saying Cap. I'm sorry. I didn't pay them all off. It's not because I do lives on my own and I like bribe them during those lives. Like, you're going to all listen to me right now. The commander is evil. I send subliminal messages all the time.
He is the creepy child. I don't know.
Want to play with me?
Tip for next time: combine this with some drinking. Hey, the super chats have been light, so our drinking has been light. That was up to you guys. If you had been forcing booze down our throats the first hour, this second hour would be much more whatever. But not up to us.
85 likes again. 15 more likes, guys. Let's get to 100. Do it. Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. All right, I think I won that one, unfortunately.
Guess so. Names help.
I don't make the votes, so.
Yeah.
You have to exert your power a little better.
Yeah. So now it's you first.
Oh, okay. Cool. Borg. This is where we get introduced to Hugh. They capture this Borg that is all by himself on a planet because there's a crash ship. The other Borg are dead, and basically he becomes friends with Geordi, and they give him a name. Wait a minute. Haven't we seen Hugh already? Maybe not. Oh, we watched this one and lead up to Picard. That's why we've already reviewed this one. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, so they find out they give a name, Hugh, and then originally they were going to download a really weird graphical model into his brain that when he went back to the collective, it would spread throughout the collective and destroy the collective. And there was moral implications with that. And starts calling himself I, and he's an individual, and he gets sent. They eventually let him go back. Hopefully it'll spread the individuality amongst the Borg and solve the day without killing all the Borg, because Picard had the opportunity to destroy the Borg at that point, and he chose not to because he didn't want to talk to Hugh at all. He didn't want to have anything to do with him. He didn't want to get to know him. And then he was forced, at the end, not forced, but he called him into his ready room, talked to Hugh, saw that Hugh was a person, was an individual, and didn't feel like it was something that he wanted to do. He had a lot of hatred for the Borg because of his Locutus incident. He even says to Hugh, I am Locutus of Borg, you will, and Hugh just doesn't buy it. So Picard realizes that he can't do it. They do send him back, or they put him back on the planet with Geordi. Borg beam down, and they take him and they beam up, and Geordi's standing there all alone. That's the end of the episode. It's very good friendship episode with him and Geordi, and there's nothing that can go wrong in the future. Hugh will be fine. Hugh will spread the love and individuality of the humans to the collective, and Hugh will never ever be dead, and it'll be great. The end.
So this one obviously we watched for Picard. This is just a year ago.
I'm glad you said that. I was fucking going through it going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We reviewed this one already. This can't be the one. Did Hugh show up again? No, we already reviewed this in the to Picard. It took me a while to clue in.
Yeah, this is a little bit not unfair, but we know this one. So yeah, distress signal. Oh my god, what? It's a Borg crash site. Very impressive crash site. Dead Borg. Wait, he's alive. Bring him on the ship. I know he'll assimilate us. No, he won't. He's running out of power. Let's give him a power socket so he can plug his thumb into it. And then he'll need us for power. And so he won't assimilate us because that. And he's also disconnected from the hive, so he's just a bit of a mindless thing right now. But we can still talk to him because they're not actually as threatening as they were in previous episodes, because, hey, why not? We have to make him a human at the end of it, relation-wise. But don't worry, Stuart, you will be assimilated and become one with the Borg. Don't worry. Like, you will be. You will, and all of you will. It's all good, guys. It really is all good. Including Data, all of you. And they just talk to him. Basically. That's a strong summary of the rest of the episode. Until, obviously, Admiral Nechayev comes in and is like, Captain Picard, we've got a plan. Or they've got a plan. They all have a plan together. You should go and kill all the Borg. What? Well, I mean, if you infect him with a computer virus and put him on they combine, they have this idea. Send him back down, get reassimilated, because no Borg leave Borg behind, which is never really a thing. They disintegrate them, but whatever. He'll infect everyone and save the galaxy and probably save future people, like everybody in First Contact. Oh well. Remember Lynch? Ensign Lynch? Do you remember Ensign Lynch?
Yeah.
He's at the Academy right now, Captain. He'll die if you don't kill Hugh and all Borg. Nah. So he makes the executive decision, I'm not going to do it. Nah, bruv. Although Nechev's great. She has a great balance there. And the whole episode, Picard is refusing to meet him until the point where he does, and he's very dismissive, and he refuses to call him by a name. He's very, very blunt, somewhat aggressive, until Geordi and Hugh start talking, and he says, I want a name. We'll pick one, Hugh. Hugh, I like that. And it's a really good Geordi episode from what I remember from last year. And then he...
Well, no, he says... Somebody says, who? Hugh, I like that, yeah. Is that what you said?
Maybe. Something like that. But it's Beverly
says,
and... it's Beverly and Geordi talking, yeah. And they do great use of the set, of that little thing set. And they say to Picard, it's like, Beverly's like, I don't think you need to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. Yeah, but there's something going on here. He's actually showing personal traits, and he's not as deliberately evil and whatever as you may think. It's a great humanization episode of the Borg. And so he beams the Borg right into the ready room to have the abstractness of just straight to Locutus, and he does respond to him as Locutus, and he talks to him directly, bluntly. I'm Locutus. Tell me about you. I am Borg. Hello. Do you want to kill everybody? I mean, technically, yes, but maybe not Geordi. Why? He's my friend. Friend? Yes? No, kill him. I don't want to. You said I? Yes, I don't want to. Locutus, stop. Why don't you have a laser on your eye? You look weird. And so he's like, yeah, he's not, he's not the same. Maybe we won't murder the entire species. Cool, let's not do that. So he sends him back because Hugh decides to go back, and this probably creates a Borg queen, etc. Although not really, but I like that. I prefer as a thing where the individuality comes in. Doesn't wipe his brain, but he goes in, gets assimilated, and then you get a great moment of Geordie watching him as he gets beamed over, and his eyes just dart to Geordie's eyes while in transport, and they're like, wow, we just sent this guy back to his, the baddies of the entire franchise. Weird day. But yeah. I think, and Geordie's like, can I see your eye at one point? Just pulls his eye out. And it's great. It's just, tick, here you go. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of the better ones. So it takes a premise and does it strongly. Although its entire premise is not being the Borg. So it's obviously a counter to the entire point of the other thing. Yeah.
Well, guys, let us know who did it better. Because, yeah, I think we both hit the nail right on the goddamn head. Right down even to the Picard not wanting to talk to him, and then all of a sudden talking to him and realizing he's an individual and deciding not to do it.
There isn't many scenes I didn't talk about. I'm sure same for you as well.
Yeah. You did say computer virus, and I said graphical interface that would make them go through a calculation cycle, which would spread. Because it's impossible. It would get shunted into some other subroutine.
Yeah. It's an algorithmic thing that is subtle, but will cause them to slow down, and yeah.
And I also went into the whole, and then Hugh will spread individuality to the Borg, and
that was a side effect. Yeah.
And then Hugh will never die, and it'll be fine, and you'll get to see him later, and he'll be all deborgified, and he'll live long and prosper, and all that jazz.
He'll never even meet a Romulan. Never.
No. Both win. Captain Foley, Commander, draw. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I would say draw is pretty fair on that one because we just reviewed that. Oh, Jesus.
Cool. Next is me start.
You starts.
Okay. Yes, Romulans. They now. Oh god. Basically, these guys are out of phase. That's the whole point. I'm pretty sure to do with Romulans. I'm pretty sure they do something, and an explosion happens, and it pulls them out of phase, and then they have to go into phase. But the only way they can do that is by going. There must be another Romulan as well that's out of phase with them, because isn't the one with the aliens? That's the one with the everyone's stuck in time. So they go out of phase, and they basically run around the ship, and they fight that out of phase guys. Probably an alien as well, I think. They by going out of phase through objects, they leave a certain signature, and so at a certain point they're just like, we're just gonna go through everything. And so they go through people's bodies, and they go through things, and they say, oh, well, this phaser is also out of phase with us, so we're going to fire a phaser, and then they're on the mess hall or bridge and just firing phaser at people, through people. It's quite comical. And they're like, Worf's like, but there's a signature here, and here, and here, and here. And they're like, this isn't working. Well, let's blow up the... They're at like a wedding or a reception or like a event in 10 forward. And they keep anti-protoning wherever these things are. These are things they're causing these radiations, and it's sort of getting them into phase, but not quite. And so they have to explode the Romulan disruptor, which then blows up enough to then make them do a really powerful out of phase thing, which they do in the mess hall in the 10 forward, and they reappear in front of them. It's quite fun, but it's funny because they run through like 5 crew quarters, and there's like a lady in a bathrobe, and there's a guy painting, and then they run through. It's very good effects actually, considering. I'm pretty damn sure they also go onto the Romulan ship somehow, and it's like a Derridex, and there's like radiation from the quantum singularity. I'm sure they learn about that in this episode, and it's good. It's a good episode, a good row one, and yeah, it's fun stuff.
Right. Gavin Vale Smith, $5 Australian. Likes are being removed from YouTube. I liked at 6:30 before trying to make a Trekyards kid with wife. That sounds dirty. Now we like... Jesus Christ. Now see like removed on video. Yeah, I just looked it up on Google too. There people are reporting likes disappearing like crazy. So I think YouTube's crashing and dying. Anyway, the next phase is a fantastic episode. There's a transporter malfunction because it's tied in with like the Romulan cloaking device thing. That makes this is actually the episode that Ro is suffering. Like I can tolerate her in this episode. It's just some of it. Anyway, her and Geordi think they're dead, and she really kind of embraces it and goes on the whole like I gotta talk to people, I gotta make amends with people so that I can move on. And Geordi's like, "Are you crazy? We're not dead." He just doesn't want to face the fact that they might be dead. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on with the experimental stuff, cloak on the Romulan ship, which they don't really. I guess is going on kind of subversively on the Romulan ship. There's a Romulan that also is in the same phase as them, I think. Yes, there is, I think. Ooh, now I don't remember. No, that's the Frozen episode. Anyway, doesn't really matter. How do they walk on the ship? I don't know, because they phase through everything. But anyway, so they're talking about to everybody. They find out that shooting the disruptor, because I guess maybe there is a Romulan that's affected by it as well. I don't remember. Anyway, they end up shooting the disruptor around because there's like a wake and 10 forward for them, and they're like blasting this. She puts it like right through Riker's head, and that's Data's like following the little missions, going, "What? There's something going on here," and then he kind of gives up, and they're like, "No, Data, don't stop," because they were finally and they put their finger through the console earlier, and so that they know that when they interact with things that they can be detected. So what they do is they set the Romulan disruptor to overload in 10 forward, which creates a huge burst, and then they release like some kind of particle that they start to sparkle, and they can see them, and then they collapse, and then they're back. Yay! So what a great way to end a wake. There you go. That's the story. I don't remember if there's a Romulan that's following them around, but I think that's the one with the runabout and the frozen time thing. Because there's Romulans that aren't. Yeah.
And certainly, yeah, if every wake ended with them coming back to life, it'd be quite a different situation, really.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let us know, guys, who got that. Good episode, though. This is another one of my favorite episodes because it's really interesting and well done. Well done. So let us know, guys. Cap or Commander, easy.
It's up to you guys.
Likes as well. Hit the like button. Even if you hit it before, check again.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, tell us. How is your like still liked, or is it literally undone your button?
I'm going to go like myself and see if that sticks, because that's silly. So like I hit 93rd like there. Okay, good. Hit like, guys, please. There we go. You both got some aspects. There are 4 likes. Eugene says Cap. Ozzy says Cap. Ty says Anton. Ty says Devo. 96 likes too. Hit like, guys.
Yeah.
The subplot with the feedback through the phaser beam, that's the other one with the runabout.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're not as direct in this.
Yeah,
because they go back in, because they reverse time there, so therefore they can warn them. This I don't remember them being. There must be a Deredex, but they have a Romulan guy. They have a disruptor, but it's like one guy. I don't remember a ship. But
I don't either, actually.
But it does say a transporter malfunction, so but I think the Romulans just get stuck on their ship and they don't notice them. I think at one point just like see them and it's like, wait, what? You! And he's like, yeah, oops.
Matthew Hilty, I see Trekyards, I press like. Been a shit day. Thank you guys for streaming. Thank you, Matthew,
Thank
for
you.
hitting like.
Thank you so
like
much.
it matters these days, or at least today. But thank you, we appreciate it.
We're trying.
Area 51, $5. Why didn't Geordi use his finger to write in the console, "Hey Data, we're not dead. Tell Leah I'm okay if she's asking about me, Geordi." Yeah, the pushing the fingers through the consoles was very cool.
Well, the whole point though is that there isn't strong enough. The particles aren't. That was the whole point. So even if they had, it would have been such a small thing. But yeah, I said in mind the imagery of her shooting a phase beam or disruptor just throughout everything, like through people, around people, is really comical. Like the way it is just very well played.
Oh, and yeah, Riker wanted to tell her something earlier in the episode before they beamed over or whatever.
Yeah, what was it?
He didn't. He said, "I'll tell you later." And she's like, "What was it?" And she's she's mad at him. So at the wake, she's like right to his face
and it's like a nothing thing. It's like a non-thing. Yeah.
So 99 likes.
Guys, any last?
And anyway.
Yeah, 99 for me. Any last votes? Otherwise, that seems to be a draw. I think so.
I'd say it's a draw.
We said different things, and also you're out of focus.
Oh, okay.
But I guess I'm happy to. But I do like this one, and this is definitely a row good one because she feels like part of the crew, and she's actually really good bounce with Geordi. Things he's great with everybody, you know. Which does help. All right, 2 left. And this is you first, I think.
Yep.
The Inner Light. I've only seen it once. Have fun, Stuart.
Here's a great piece of storytelling in science fiction, but it's not a good Star Trek episode. This could be in any sci-fi franchise and still be award-winning and amazing because it's a great idea, it's a great premise, but it's not a good Star Trek episode because it doesn't involve Star Trek. The Enterprise pulls up, finds a probe. The probe blasts the ship. Picard falls, and then he lives a whole life in a small village. He has a family, he has a wife, he has kids, they have grandkids. He gets old, he dies. All because their son is dying in the sky, and there's nothing he can do about it. He tries for the first few years to figure out what happened, to get back to the Enterprise, and then eventually just kind of resigns to his fate and grows old and dies. And his whole lifetime is lived in the space of like 20 minutes aboard the Enterprise. At the end of the episode, he wakes up, and the probe was actually the way that these people were transmitting their legacy, their history, their culture to others who would find it. So he lived a whole lifetime in the space of 20 minutes. And I think that's an awful thing to do to somebody. And I don't like this episode at all because there's no Star Trek in it. It's all about him as an old man living this thing. It's not enjoyable to me. So there we have it. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, this is the Sit on the Edge of Forever TNG style. They literally bump into a probe, and then it flashes them, tits out, and everything. And then Picard goes down, and then it's extremely simple. He lives a different life. He's he's his same age. He has a wife who's a pretty good actress. He has a kid. He grows up.
Who's actually his own kid?
Yes.
His son is in this episode?
Yeah, the older version, yeah. He's a musician, he's a flute player. His kid has a kid. He's a granddad. I think one of his kids dies. Something like that. There's a trauma-y thing that happens as well at some point, I think, but it's just one of the many things. And then he dies as well, and then he wakes up. And it's really freaking weird. Because it's like, oh, and it's been like 17 seconds, and it's like, Beverly, it's like, you okay? It's like, yeah.
See, yeah, you said 17 seconds. I said 20 minutes. Maybe it's 20 seconds.
Well, he's still on the bridge.
Now I'm doubting myself.
He's still on the bridge.
Yeah, I know. But they were taking care of him for a while before they were going to move him. So.
And then he goes to his room, and they say, because I think he says, well, yeah, the power core in the probe was a one use, or it was so old it became a one use, and so he literally has the memories, and the species' rationale was, we don't want to have either it makes sense to have both, but they didn't, whatever, to have a written memory. We want to share the memories of somebody so that when that our entire existence. 'Cause I think their sun blew up. I think that was the plot. Like their just sun just died and they all died, and they just want.
It was growing bigger and hotter, and it was killing their planet.
Yeah, it was just they knew what was going to happen, and they couldn't do anything about it. They just lived their life. There was no great tragedy. It was just like, oh, okay. And so they sent this thing out, and they just wanted it to be. They wanted someone to understand their planet, not just know about the planet, but understand it. And so Picard literally is now the only one that remembers this species. And they say, well, we've now brought the probe on board. We've sort of seen what's on it, and there's like a thing and the flute, and he's like, holy. But for him, it just feels like a real thing he held, and he starts playing it like he did in the thing, and it's like, not only has it affected him mentally, but also he's actually gained skills from this, so he's a different person. Obviously, it would have been more different had it been a different show, which could have more continuity. Like I could have seen him want a relationship after this point and get with Beverly and have a child. Like this would have been a perfect moment to make that twist, you know. Like I want this now.
No, this is where you go. I've already raised kids and grandkids.
Well,
I'm done. I don't have to do it anymore.
Sure, also fair. Either way, and it just ends on a sweet note. It's very simple, and it's very abstract, and it's very similar to Forever, and it could easily not be Star Trek, but it's also very well written and very sweet. So it is what it is, and you like it.
I like Star Trek in my Star Trek. There's no Star Trek in this episode. Sorry.
Yeah.
Eugene, though, 2,500 rubles. So thank you so much. 11 out of 10. Awesome sci-fi concept, but also an ultimate kick in the groin for Picard. He chose Starfleet and left all hopes of having a family, but he learns what he missed by doing that. He learned it good and hard. Such bitter ending. Yeah. You seem very so. Yes, we are, because we haven't been really drinking. I just had one drink, which is now gone. But anyway. Guys, let us know who won that one. I right from the beginning, I was spewing my distaste for it. So,
right.
You're probably.
What did you say?
I mean, this is a fantastic story idea, just not Star Trek.
Right. Fair enough.
You should go back and listen to it. It's pretty funny, actually. I don't remember exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was on a roll.
I love it. Brilliant.
Patrick James, $10.
Oh.
Perhaps it is my ancient age, but I feel so much with Inner Light. Nostalgia overwhelms me as I revisit my own life, and I always tear up at the end. I mean, it's probably more impactful when you get older, I'm sure. And I don't have an issue with it as being great storytelling. It's fantastic. But it doesn't need to be in a Star Trek episode to still be award-winning good content. It just doesn't.
Well, there's a reason why Calypso is the best Star Trek short, because it's the best story they made. It wasn't a Star Trek related story, it just happened to be a good short. And yes, Eugene obviously says they do obviously do the piano and the flute later. But I mean, like, proper continuity. That is proper, but, you know, additional. And
Area 51 says, so is City on the Edge of Forever another Star Trek episode? Absolutely, it's not. It's not the best episode of TOS. I will fight tooth and nail with anybody that says it is. It's fantastic sci-fi storytelling. Beautiful. Yes, award-winning. I agree with you. It is not a good Star Trek episode. Sorry. Star Trek is just the envelope that it's been wrapped in. So.
And can I just briefly, because I clearly people think I won that, which is quite nice, because it's, yay. Gets me slightly higher in the rankings. If they had done a second episode, if it was a two-parter, in the second episode, he was on the ship and his memories influenced him to go to their planet and, like, do something else fully on the Enterprise, would that have made it a better episode? To actually double down on it and make it a more fuller story?
Probably. You know who did this better? Stargate. With their last episode.
Oh, God, yeah. Fuck, that's... I mean, because that's really character-based. Yeah.
Yes. They did it much better. Much better. And it was a better concept with all of them aging and only one of them remembering. That was beautiful.
Good. I'm glad you like that. Cause
that's better than Inner Light. Sorry.
Damn.
Guys.
Well, because this episode, like, you do forget the wife and the son, but obviously you can't forget the five main people, and even the general, who's great in it. He's actually really strong, Beau Bridges. And boy, and not to spoil, because it's quite a big thing to talk about, but the two characters sort of getting together over the course of that, 50 years. Isn't that sweet and quite satisfying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they'll never know, because Teal'c won't tell them.
Yep. It's really, I like that. The way they play that is really sweet. There's that one scene, and, like, just let's go, and it's just like, damn. Oh, payoff. Payoff. Okay, cool.
So who won, guys?
I
think this one goes to draw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got a commander vote.
Oh. I thought I saw more for me, but
still a pretty bad series finale. I disagree with Jericho, but that's okay.
well, they knew they were
Picard
getting a
sent
movie, so it's
yeah.
It's a character finale, and the movie is the story finale.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Commander. Oh, well, Eugene's yelling Commander with an exclamation point because he likes the episode and I don't. So
I know I like it. Like, I know it's as good as you think it is, but it's not when you go back and say, let's watch good TNG. Like, that's cause and effect. Because that's the crew, you know? That's the crew kicking ass. Cool. All right. Season finale then. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to...
You hate this episode.
I don't hate this one. Is it me first? Oh, it's me first. Okay. Well, let's see if I do hate this one.
Yeah, it's you first.
Oh, God. They find a planet, and in the planet there's a cave. And in the cave there's some creatures, and the creatures are purple creatures, like glowing things. And I guess Data goes down there for some reason with the science team, whatever, and he gets pulled back in time into the Mark Twain era. And then he hangs out there for a bit. He's like, I have to get back into the future, but I have no tech. And he makes friends with the bellboy because he pays him. And yet they like the, it's like, no. And it's funny. And Guinan's there, and it's really weird. It's very strange. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I guess, I didn't remember this, I guess I haven't seen part 2 nearly as much as part 1. I guess it's part 2, that's later, but I guess Picard goes into the past as well. I don't know. But Mark Twain holds a gun to them. Part of why they're in the cave, I guess, is they find Data's head, and it's all battered and gross, and it's old, and it's like, oh. And it's not like another version of an android, it's actually Data's head, they can tell. And it's just a Data hangs out in the past with Guinan in an episode. Like, it's just not, what else is there,
I'm back. Yay. The Enterprise gets recalled to Earth because there was an archaeological thing. They found Data's head. Yay. Aliens visited Earth in the past, so they have to go back and investigate. Data confirms that it is, in fact, not his brother's head. It's his own head. And then they go back in time and meet Samuel Clements, also known as... I can't think of his name now. Goddamn. Anyway,
Mark
and
Twain.
Guinan's there. Mark Twain, thank you. And Guinan's there, and there's a really nice bellboy who turns out to be Jack, whatever he wrote the
Crusher, Jack Crusher.
No. Anyway, some historical people cross over. There's like these aliens with the I forget what they're called actually. Goddamn, but they got like a snake head staff. Well, it looks like a snake-headed cane. But when you see it in real life, it's like a staff that's like sucking souls out of people. And there's like an old guy that gets, ranted and raving because he's crazy, and he gets his soul sucked out of him, and that's part 1. Yay! They go back in time, I think. The crew in part 1 or the part 2, I don't remember. I don't remember the exact series of events. I know they end up in the past. And they have to leave Data's head there, obviously, because it's part of what already happened. And there's, I need to revisit this one because I haven't seen it in a long time. The timey-wimey stuff kind of messes with me a little bit, and I don't remember exactly what happens. So that's about it.
Yeah. No, I said pretty much. I said obviously more things, but I summarised. This is just an excuse for Data to be in the past. Really, like, there's not really much else to the story, for me anyway. I think, why is Guinan there? I don't get it. It never worked for me personally.
Just to show how old the Lorians are. Yeah, it's funny.
It's just lame. Like, at least have tech and be like, oh, I'm holidaying on Earth. I've got cool tech. No, it's just old. It's like, why? You're a space traveler. Why? You know what I mean? It's just big missed opportunity for me. But also, I don't remember part 2 at all. So. But to be fair, though, whatever we actually think when we go back and watch it, it'll be better than the Borg two-parter for next season.
Yeah, I guess.
Because that was not good.
Sure.
Or at least
No, it's not.
At least part 2 was total crap. The first part was actually not shite, but it was not good. The second part was absolute shite. So what do you guys think? Vote now forever. It's the season finale and the end of our live, basically. So speak now forever. Hold your votes. It's important, guys.
Yes, and please hit like and message YouTube and tell them that they're stupid. And to fix the like thing because you noticed it. What am I doing here? Hold on. Yes, so guys, let us know who won that last one. Did we get a tally for that yet? No, okay. DS9 time travel had time travel episodes. Yes, it did. DS9. Okay, yeah. Captain Foley. Cap said timey-wimey stuff, lol. This is Jericho, this is Cap. Sean says $5. The Prophets vacationed on Earth also. Yeah, everybody does. Earth is a hotspot. Just like England is a hotspot in Doctor Who. Cap.
Hold on. Cap. And Canada is the hotspot in Stargate.
Is it though, or could it just be that that they like the kind of temperature and planet type, and so it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, no, the in-universe reason's brilliant. Because it's funny, you used to make that joke when you didn't like Stargate, and now you like Stargate, you did the defense. I love it.
No, I'll still make the joke all the time, but because you said it, I'm going to take the opposite stance now.
Good stuff. How our dynamic should be.
Cap wins this one, but I have to give a point to the commander for saying back to Mark Twain time.
Yeah. And guys, we are 2 more... Oh, his face. We are 2 more likes and $6 more. 2 more likes, $6 more. That would be fantastic. We're not far off, guys. Yeah. That's it. It's not far off. But yeah, I'm happy to give that to you because I neither of us remembered that much, but you remembered Earth, and I thought it was Random Planet. I thought Cave and Random Planet. But I guess there must be... Is there two places, or are the aliens just in the Earth cave? Because I remember the cave being a more alien-feeling place. Oh no, because there is a...
No, it's a temporal... It's like a temporal vortex that they're coming through.
No, because I remember in the past they do meet the aliens, and it's like a tall, very pale guy in a top hat. Yeah. With
a cane with a snake head, which is actually the soul sucker thing.
Yes, that was the emitter for the entire radiation thing, and it's one of the few missions that was so early in the Star Trek Online history that I've played against this race a lot because that was one of the early missions.
The Daconians?
No. But I fought them a lot. Yeah. So I've killed so many. Orphidian.
Okay.
Or maybe.
Let's see. Sure.
No, Davidians. There you go.
The Davidians. Okay.
It's just blue guys in suits, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy to give that to you because you got Earth, and that should be enough to. I said planet.
All right. So who wins?
Well, do we have our final super chats and likes, Stuart? I mean, that's.
We do have our super chats.
Oh, we do. No,
Sean, $5. Oh no! Oh, Patrick, there you go, $5. Just to thank you both for getting me through the past year. Well, thank you for also getting us through the past year by watching and sharing and liking, and it's all important. So, yes. Let's get 2 more likes if we can.
Yes.
Let's get to 110 again. We probably should be at 300 by now. Anyway.
And thank you for you all. We do. We obviously do this to keep doing it. But we're not greedy. As long as we're at the base minimum, we want to keep doing. And you know how much we did during the Picard Discovering Lower Decks. It takes a lot of our time, but we love doing it, and we love the tight knit community we've got. And we were both worried about the pandemic, as we all were. But you guys rallied. Enough of you helped together, and we've been able to keep going reasonably happily. And be confident to keep doing lives, keep doing content. I've been proud of a lot of stuff we've done this year. Some of my favourite... I know the season 2 Discovery was quite arduous, but I've really enjoyed a lot of our individual analysis videos this year, especially. I mean, there's been so many, that's probably why. But some really good stuff this year. And obviously, interviewing Mike McMahon and stuff. It's been a surprisingly good year considering. And you guys have benefited from our lack of lives by more lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gavin Vale Smith, $5 Australian, putting money in mouth. Who is with me? We need a live Zoom Trekyards. That would be very hard to set up and orchestrate. And would you really? I'd have to be off camera because my hair is awful. Got the weirdest hairstyle and haircut, Gavin.
What?
Gavin was the one that insulted my hairstyle at the beginning of the
stream. That's a callback.
Then apologized for it.
He's the monster.
I'm just raking him over the coals yet again.
We've done one of those.
I never forget, Gavin. I never forget.
Oh, you know, I once said his hair looked subpar. He slapped me. He did the... No, I won't go into that. I won't call back that far. Yeah, you got it. No, we did do once a live where we had people call in, but it was an absolute caster F because there's no control in Skype. And if I'm streaming in 5 people, it gets worse and worse to the point where you guys couldn't even hear us. So I think Zoom or there's StreamYards that you can kind of pull people in. And there's a lobby and active. That might be worth doing, and maybe give everyone 3 minutes to say hi, and that'd be certainly something I'd be interested in doing. But you have to work out a way of being more controlled because the other one was not controlled. Did not work.
It's a possibility. We just have to figure out the logistics of it.
Yeah.
Sean, $5. Someone needs to explain Diana and her relationship with Picard, maybe in the Picard show. Yeah, the bald man was nice to me once. We never get a real clarification for that.
And to be fair, I do think they did do a good job explaining certain stuff in those shows which we hadn't heard the characters just say out loud recently, even with Discovery, they told the Romulan unification to Burnham. It was actually a well done speech. So you'd like to think they might actually develop that in Picard. So yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Hold on. Almost done here, guys. I just want to... No, we're not typing to each other, just so you're aware. It's just...
What are the times?
Guys, I don't know.
Just the timing. Timing.
Anyway, where are we here? So we hit our goals. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for watching. We're going to be getting into season 5 at some point. Although with new Trek starting in August, that gives us April, May, June, July. I mean, we might be able to get almost through season 5.
You'd think so.
Hopefully.
You think so?
Hopefully. That's be the goal before new Trek starts. Because last time we got stopped 4 before the end of the season. Got all Lower Decks, all Discovery, and then went back into it. Which is fine. But, yeah,
it wasn't the same retrospective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean puts in $5. Why is Q afraid of Guinan?
That's true. No, for sure. I mean, they've, Yeah. Did you read Chili Beaners?
Yeah. Chili Beana? Oh, I did not. Captain Chili Beana, $5. Love you guys. You're the best, even though you still haven't started DS9 reviews. I'll stop bringing it up after this. No, we'll get to this eventually, but we appreciate the little reminders every once in a while.
And like I've said, I'm
down for it. I told you guys to hound him because he's the one that doesn't want to start them yet.
I'm pretty eager to do them as they were shown because it'll be deeper and you get to enjoy TNG and DS9. Yeah, and all the backstories in TNG, which is even though you didn't know it was backstory at the time, but it was backstory. See how much it connects or doesn't. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to give everybody your personal phone numbers. They can all call you and tell you to start DS9 reviews.
Oh, you're
I'll do that tonight. Because I'm doing a Trekkie trivia tonight at 10. Where I'll be drinking, so you guys can get me drunk, hopefully. And, so join me at 10 for drunk Trek trivia.
Drunk Trek trivia.
Words.
Oh, and guys, what do you think of my ship render? I do one every season. What do you think?
It's fantastic.
Yeah? Because people say it doesn't look good from every angle, and obviously I'm trying not to make it look bad. But, I mean, even its disproportionate, it has a curve, it has an elegance to it. You know, it has something. This ship. Yeah,
It's a sexy ship.
it is.
Matt Boardman,
ooh.
$2. Snipe.
Yeah.
We'll see, Captain Chili Bean, and we'll talk later. Anyway, I think we'll call that quits. Thank you guys for watching. I'm getting tired. And
Oh yeah, I've been tired for a good hour, which is fine.
And I've had 2 shots of.
Yeah, I know.
Kraken.
I can tell it's maybe tired as well. I can tell. But it was fun though. It was good. And tune in tomorrow for Talk on Demada Part 2. And then Sunday we're going to be doing a Lower Decks bonus video. So tune in for that. How cool is that?
Always great content here on Trekyards, guys. Eugene, 100 rubles. Yep. Do TNG and DS9 and Voyager review in chronological order. Hey, Sam, if you work out the chronological order and bring them to me, we'll do it. I don't care. But
because it'd be kind of fun to do DS9 and Voyager like actually the parallels they're meant to be. Because then you can compare what the quality of the show. Because if you go 7 seasons of DS9 and go back to Voyager, like, oh, that went down in quality. But if you see them both evolve, you know what I mean? Like, they should both get better at the same rate. And then Enterprise gets massively worse again all of a sudden. Oh, does that mean I have to go back into review Discovery after Enterprise? Do I have to re-review Discovery?
no.
Okay. Good.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have yourselves a good night, and see me later. Come visit me at 10 o'clock, and yeah, have a good weekend for sure.
He's hinting at booze. So be ready for booze. For him.
You can pay for half shots, or just drinks, and yeah.
And then,
fun.
and you know how in In-N-Out there's a secret menu? For $100 he does absinthe. Just saying.
There's a secret menu everywhere. You just have to know what to ask.
So until then,
Anyway, guys,
he's got a phone.
Until then, I'm Captain Foley, and I will be then too.